Now, let me say this. I'm stretching my back. Okay. I'm sitting straight up. You know, tall brother. Sometimes we got them lower back issues. Okay. The loosey goosey. You the loosey goosey. You
All right, everyone, thank you so much for tuning on in. Everyone in the Cook Press chat, appreciate y'all's presence. We got a little bit to get into during this live stream. We're here for about an hour. Thank you guys again for tuning on in. Cook Press chat's on here. Let's go.
FDMG is coming. FDMG is coming. FDMG is coming. It's coming. FDMG is coming. It's coming, FDMG, it's coming, 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 it's coming. FDMG is coming, thought his personality be twerking, it's twerking.
All right, many of you guys remember this is one of the block parties from back in the day. And that's Umar standing on top of something. I don't know if, no, he wasn't on the rock. He's standing on top of something with the flag for some reason. All right. Thank you guys so much for tuning on in. We won't be here long. All we have, there's two short videos that we're going to get into. There is a poll question as well. The poll question ties to the videos that we're going to be watching here in just a moment. I also have some pictures I want to pull up, and I'm going to prove to you guys that renovations are not complete. Remember, Umar stated that renovations were complete back in 2023. And then he said it again in January of 2026. But they're not complete. And he knows that. He's a liar. So now what he's doing, he's trying to give more illusion of progress to people because he needs money. It's really that simple. And the poll question for today ties to all of this. I'm going to explain. I'm going to break this down to you guys just a moment. The poll question is, when was the last time Umar Johnson live streamed from inside of the FDMG bandos? Okay, 2 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago, 5 weeks ago, 6 weeks ago. Back in 2019, I told people that what Umar should do is live stream from up there every single day to show and prove to his donors and to his supporters that he was serious about opening up a school. That's what he should have done from the beginning. Every single day. That should have been his primary focus. He had raised over $1 million by that time. In fact, I have Umar stating that he would have $1 million in January of 2016. I have Umar saying that he would have $1 million the summer of 2016. And then I've had Umar state that he was almost at $1 million. I think that was, I can't remember what that was. So the point is that by that time, he had already raised $1 million. And what he should have done is hit the floor running in February of 2019. And every single day from that time, he should have been live streaming up there showing progress and him working on renovations. That's not what occurred. And that's why here we are 7 years later and not one black child has been educated. It does not take 7 years to renovate a building. Umar hasn't renovated one building. It appears as if there are 3 classrooms that are close to being finished, but that doesn't encompass that whole small building, and it doesn't encompass the small gym, and it doesn't encompass anything on the other side of the street. 7 years later. So I told people back in 2019, Umar, from day one, he should have been up there showing, improving. And if he had done that, not only would the donations have come in even more significantly, But by now, renovations would be complete. But it all assumes that Umar, his intention was to actually open up a school. That was never his intention. It was to get money out of people. And that ties me to what I wanted to get to right here. That's why I asked this poll question. When was the last time Umar Johnson live streamed from inside of the FDMG bandos? Okay, there's 4 choices: 2 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago, 5 weeks ago, 6 weeks ago. I want people to understand something. Umar painted himself into a corner in January of 2026 when he said the renovations were completed. Because that means that when he goes in there, it has to appear as if renovations are complete. And I'm talking about for that whole side of that street, the small school and then the small gym. Umar knows that he lied about renovation being completed on that side of the street, just like he lied about it back in 2023. So he stopped going up. He stopped going inside. Why? Because he knows that if he goes inside and he shows enough of those trap bandos on the interior, that people are going to know that renovations are not complete, that he lied again. Well, I'm going to prove to you guys that he lied about renovations. Matter of fact, I'll do it right now. Umar posted this on the 28th, which was 2 days ago. Dr. Umar Johnson, School for Boys. That's what his the first website he had up there was something similar to that. It's defunct now, but it was never in a professional website with all the information needed. He's never had a website where all the details needed for a legitimate, in this case, corporation who's going to open up a school, that everything is on that website, including a mission statement, including board of directors, including a timeline, including how much money is needed. Anyway, I go on that. Look what it says here. It says gym floor repair. Why is Umar Johnson asking for gym floor repair when in January of 2026, he professed that renovation were completed? And then also in, what was that? Was it August of 2023? He professed that renovations were completed. Hit the one. I rest my case. We can leave it right there. Thank you guys for tuning on. There's more, but yeah, we could end it right there, Courtney. See, listen, we're reasonable adults. I know there's some younger people here though too, but we're reasonable adults. If someone says that renovations are complete, how's it going, Deshaun and Lady Renee and Courtney and Christina? We're reasonable people. If Umar, what's up, Coco? If Umar says that renovations are complete, and he says that back in 2023, and then he says it again at the beginning of 2026, why is he asking for gym floor repair on March 28th of 2026, unless renovations are not complete? Let me ask you guys another question. Why is Umar specifically asking for repair on the gym floor? Anyone want to take a guess? What's up, Black Wolf? Southern Nappiness, thank you so much. Yeah, renovations are completed, family. What's up, Chastity? That's what Umar said. Anyone want to take? Why is he specifically talking about the floor out of it? Well, yeah, there's flooding that was taking place there. What else though? Water damage, right? But wouldn't that be part of renovations? Matter of fact, let me see if I could find. I'll give you guys an example right quick. Let's go to, because I think he was in there in and this is for the small gym. Here's the large gym. I'm gonna play this so that I can go find the other one. Here's the large gym right here. See, Umar hasn't done anything on this side of the street. Now, let me go find this other video.
Little testimonial, and I'm gonna put Felicia on first. What you think? Just say what you think about the school.
Oh my God, I'm speechless right now. I have no words to say. My heart is really full. So
Powerful.
Yes, wonderful vibration, great energy, such ancestral presence, definitely. Wonderful sight, and definitely looking for our home team game soon.
No doubt.
That's what I'm talking. I'm very proud to be a part of it, and I also want to say that haters could stop hating.
All right.
All right.
Also very proud.
There goes Sharon.
Second time, so it feels even more spiritual, more grounded, more
She in on the scam
so
too.
Just really looking forward to collectively what we're going to do with it.
Gotcha.
Happy to be here, and I'm going to keep supporting this brother, and I'm looking for you all to support this brother because the doc's for real.
One love. Shorty Smalls, don't even try it. God town.
Well, the school, you're going to do wonderful things.
Power.
I'm very thankful for the school. It looks great, and I'm just excited about the whole renovation process.
The celebration of what our ancestors would desire for us to do in this time.
Dr. Umar, you did it, and I'm grateful that God raised you up for such a time as this, and I'm so glad to be a part of it. I see leaders and being raised up from this school, and I'm grateful to be a part of it.
Appreciate you, Queen Mother.
I love you.
Doc, you the man. Black power.
All right.
Peace and blessings. We're very proud of you. I'm excited to be in this space. You can feel the fact that black children will no longer be overly criminalized and anything negative. Yeah. It's exciting. This is real. I'm just happy to be here. Black power.
Yeah,
It's all right here. The framework, the foundation to build great things is right here, and it's about to get underway, and the community is super excited for it as well.
Right.
Ashe.
Guys, are any?
When we're going home, we have to drive home and then...
No, you like the school. How do you like the
Oh, I'm sorry. Let me get this baby off of here. That baby, she was ready to go home. Anyway, this is the large gym. Umar hasn't done anything over here. And a lot of these people aren't around anymore, including Big Ann right here. This Big Ann.
I just want to say...
And I say that affectionately, okay?
To you, well done. 2011. It's been a long time.
Yeah, see, this video is from 2019, but she's been rocking with Umar since way back in the day. She used to manage his original Facebook page. She's been in on the scam for a very long time.
I told you it was coming. It's here. It's in your hands. Believe more in yourself. For all of you haters and you fake supporters and you want to be down that have turned around and intimidated, you have defamed this man. You have
my goodness.
Everything out the book. You didn't believe that he was going to get to school, and he hasn't. All of us here are standing living proof.
Okay, listen, ma'am, there is no school. And this video is from 2019. We're in 2026. Ma'am, there is no school. They're abandoned building still to this day. So cut it out.
As we walk through these rooms, that it is his, it is ours, it's for our children. Stop with the rhetoric, stop with the lies. If you're going to be a supporter, then be a supporter. Give 100%, not half of it. And stop freaking with them haters. You know who you are. I will call your names out. But you need to stop. Stop sending these little CIA females in here.
Oh, here we go.
Call yourself trying to deviate from what Dr. Umar needs to do.
I think you mean detract, not deviate, because he would have to deviate himself. Anyway.
It's over with. It's done with. You either 100% for the cause, for the children, in support of the black movement, or get the hell out of the way and let the
She really thinks she gangster. If you don't cut it out, lady, stop.
ones who are ready handle business.
Black
power.
All right. Anyway, a lot of these people aren't around anymore. So that was the large gym. Umar hasn't done anything on that side of the street whatsoever. But I want to show you guys the small gym. Here we go. Let me skip through. This is them walking through the traps. This is April 20th of 2019. There's no electricity on at that time, but they walk through anyway. There go Tiff the Griff.
Others around
She ain't around either. Tiff the Griff and Ann McMillan.
Peace and love, black family. This is the Prince of Pan Africanism.
Is this it? No, this is the large gym again. Yeah, a lot of these people are here around anymore. And Umar, he took a lot of his personal belongings when he got evicted in 2019, and he put it inside of this gym. I have video footage of that too. I think this is the video I'm looking for. Wait, I just showed this one, I think. Hold on. Okay, I think this is it. Oh, no. Here, let me play this for y'all. Let me go find it. Yeah, utterly ridiculous. Okay, here it is right here.
You're
One of the
live.
videos. Yeah, these are the twins that helped Umar put together I think this was the first block party, but this is the small gym, and you'll see that there's serious issues right here with flooding. And then there's also there's a term for this. The basketball court floor is warped, and you'll be able to see it. I'll pause it when we get to that part. Watch this.
I appreciate y'all getting that water up because if
See that right there, right above the yellow line, right above it, the one that's horizontal. There's that ridge, it's warped. Okay, so this is part of what Umar is talking about. At least that's part of what he's talking about here, gym floor repair. But if you guys remember, I told Umar back in 2020, I think, 2021, once I saw that's something that needed to be fixed right away. In fact, I told Umar once he started talking about the water in the gym, I think that was in 2019, that needed to be mitigated right away. Right. So that was in 2019. The video that we're watching here is from 2021. And now Umar's talking about gym repair in 2026, even though he stated in 2023 that renovations were completed, which would include the floor here in the gym. And he also stated that renovations were complete in 2026, in January of this year. Well, why is he talking about gym floor repair if renovations are complete? I rest my case. I've been telling him to get this fixed for years now, 7 years later, and he's talking about gym floor repair. We're looking for someone who can repair gym floors. I don't even know why he's saying floors. It's just one floor over there. You talking about the other side of the trap bando too? Responsible and dependable people only. Why is he doing this 7 years later? Furthermore, why is it that he's asking for gym floor repair when he said renovations were completed already? How's it going, Alakiar? Yeah, the floor is buckling. Yep. Yeah, he also said it was gonna be. Yeah, I know you're right. Let's play a little more.
These buckles.
Yeah, see, he said it buckles.
Buckles, right?
He's talking about the floors buckling.
Yeah.
See it down there too. I didn't notice that one either, but it's right there, walking into that little or near that little walker. Yeah. Watch this.
Them buckles right there.
See that down there? Yeah. That's buckle. That's all buckling down there.
So
he's walking on it right there. Yep.
What I'm gonna do? Hey, you know what, Saida? I need you to sweep that again.
It's ridiculous to even have people up in there in the first place. Anyway, let me see if he goes back. Okay, there's another video I want to show you guys though too. That's not the only one. Let me see if I can find it for you guys right quick. Give me one moment. Wasn't planning on bringing this up, but it's relevant. Give me 1 second. Yeah, I'm not seeing it in my 2020. I thought it was in 2021. It could be in 2022, though. That's maybe why it's not populating here. Oh, here it is right here. It's 2021. So here's another example. Okay, so this is after Umar got the floor buff, but you can see the buckling and how it's warped there. See that? I mean, it's a huge issue. The truth is that none of this is going to pass inspection. Umar knows that. This will not pass inspection. They can just walk in and see that, and that's it. It's an automatic fail. Right. Furthermore, since this water damage has been in existence for at least 7 years, it's probable that it goes back to when the Moyer Academy originally closed. So we're talking about a decade ago. There's probably other issues dealing with this water damage that goes deeper into this flooring and potentially has impacted the foundation too. The foundation in these buildings, by the way, failed back in 2009. I can't remember which building it is exactly, in one of the buildings. But this could be a serious issue right here. It's not just what we see on the surface. It could be what's under the gym floor as well. Yeah, that's a serious issue. If you look way back in the back corner, that's black mold. You guys see it up the wall, hit the one? And there is a lot of issues with this floor. Now I'm looking at it now. You can see it. Yeah, there's a lot of issues. Yeah, it's that whole area. This is crazy. Yeah, and I told Umar he needs to mitigate that back in 2019, and he still hasn't done it, even though renovations were completed back in 2023 and again in 2026. And you still have these Umar Johnson followers. They say, well, where are the haters now when he shows stuff like, I'll show you guys in just a little bit. This is all just to give the illusion of progress, to string people along, including his donors. Yeah, that's mode all the way in that back.
Just wanted to show y'all my donors and loyal supporters. We just got the gym floor power washed, polished, buffed. The Nat Turner Jean-Jacques Dessalines Gymnasium, just letting y'all know. We got our drain cleaned out. We got our doors fixed. We got the heating and cooling done in all the offices. It took all day, but they cleaned it. They was patient. They really took care of it. So we getting ready for the first annual Unapologetically African Festival.
Yeah, he lying. What's the point of buffing when there's potentially this flooring needs to be pulled up? See, why buff it or wax it or polish it? Well, again, it is to give the illusion of progress. It means nothing in the bigger scheme of things, but optically, it looks like progress is being made, even though there's black mold up there in the wall, up against that wall back there. You guys see what I'm saying? Why would you buff the floor unless you want to give the illusion of progress? You give someone, you show something cosmetically that looks better, but you haven't dealt with the underlying issue, which is the fact that there's some serious flooring issues associated with the water damage that had accrued at this point. This video is from 2021, so we can say since at least 2019, for at least two and a half years at this point. Excuse me, let's say 2 years, but potentially could go back to when the Moyer Academy closed. And it still hasn't been rectified in 2026.
Brothers and sisters, we getting ready for the first annual Unapologetically African Festival, brothers and sisters. That's what we doing right now. That 3-on-3 basketball tournament for the young princes. That 3-on-3 basketball tournament for the young princesses.
Never happened.
We're going to paint them walls. We got to paint them walls. We're going to switch all the lights out to LED.
See, that's all. Right. That's all.
We got to get some new impact pads. We're going to rip out the floor carpet in all the offices, paint the offices. Got to get the gym done. And we rolling. So make sure y'all keep on donating. Hit the Cash App, $ FDMG School. Hit the Cash App, $ FDMG School. Hit the Cash App, $ FDMG School. Hit your PayPal, paypal.me/FDMG Academy, paypal.me/FDMG Academy, or mail your check or money order payable to FDMG Academy, P.O. Box 9634, Wilmington, Delaware 19809, brothers and sisters. It's the Prince of Pan Africanism at the Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy. We out here. We out here. Nat Turner Jean-Jacques Dessalines Gymnasium. We out here. Honorable Marcus Garvey Elementary School, brothers and sisters. Honorable Marcus Garvey Elementary School, brothers and sisters. Jean-Jacques Dessalines Nat Turner Gymnasium. We're going to get a mural put on the wall, brothers and sisters. We getting ready for the first annual Unapologetically African, the first annual Unapologetically African Family First Festival. Mark your calendars. Saturday, September the 11th. Mark your calendars. Saturday, September the 11th. Mark your calendars. Saturday, September the 11th. Right here on Ifatunde Avenue. Right here on Ifatunde Avenue. Right here on Ifatunde Avenue, Dr. Papa Boulevard. It's going to be food, games, giveaways, T-shirts. We're going to get the big swimming pool for the children, brothers and sisters. I said we're going to get the big swimming pool.
Okay, anyway, he did have a block party. He had 2 block parties, so I always give him credit when he actually fulfilled. That's one of the very few things that Umar Johnson actually did that he said he was going to do. I apologize. I was trying to find this other video. I think I have it, but let me show you this real quick.
All right. Peace and baby.
So if you look right behind him, you'll see the buckling in the floor. See it right behind what would be his left ear. Yeah, that's Zora.
The murals up.
You can see more closer, like the bottom, my bottom right, you can see buckling in the floor right there too. There's the drain. I don't even understand why they would have the drain right there, especially since it's next to the free throw line. And if the children, that's ridiculous. That I don't get that. That's crazy. Y'all see that? Why would you have it right there out of all places? All right, and then here's when they got some flooring done, and we're going to come back to that topic of flooring in just a little bit. This is the one of the side
What do y'all
offices.
call that again? The coal.
Yeah, he don't even know what they talking about. It's called coal base. Anyway, let me see if they show. Yeah, here's some more of the flooring that was done in there. Yeah, okay, and I think this is the video I was looking for. Here we go. Yeah, I don't think this is it either, because I think he had more people in there that were cleaning. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, this isn't the original version. Let me just skip through. There's a part in here. So you can, well, there's a part in here where they reference the mold on the wall, but I think it's right here. Yeah, but anyway, I'll leave that right there. Let me see if I could find. Yeah, it's not coming up in my notes here either, but I'll leave it right there. Okay, so going back here again, why would Umar Johnson 2 days ago, March 28th of 2026, why would he be talking? What's up, Asmar? Why would he be talking about gym floor repair when this has been an ongoing issue and he's known about this since at least 2019? He visited these trap bandos. How's it going, Mr. Monica? He visited these trap bandos in 2017. He knew about this issue, and yet he didn't mitigate it, and it's still not mitigated in terms of the floor. Okay, he did mitigate the issue of the water issue. I showed the video, but in terms of the floor itself, again, you cannot say that you completed renovations and then say that you need gym floor repair. Well, that proves conclusively that Umar's lying. Renovations are not completed, right? There's another picture I want to cover too, and it's this one right here. Heaven on Earth, Dr. Umar's School for Boys. Again, he did have a website. I think it was Umar Johnson's UmarJohnsonSchool.com back in the day. I'll cover that inside the documentary. Heaven on Earth. And then thank you, Empress Sharon. Sharon's been around for a very long time. In fact, research shows, and shout out to the person who's helped me with this research. I don't know if they want me to say their name or not, but Umar initially met Sharon at Harrisburg. In Harrisburg, there was a charter school out there. The charter school was called Premier Charter School, and Umar did work as a principal there for a very short period, a matter of months. In fact, they had a high turnover rate in terms of principals going through that school. Sharon, she worked there too. She was dealing with somebody already, but then she started dealing with Umar. It was a big issue that blew up because of that. Umar did not last but a couple of months there. And she's still around to this day, right? So thank you. And then he says, thank you, Empress Sharon, for once again pulling up to the sacred RBG stone to keep it looking fresh and renewed. The FDMG family appreciates you. Okay. It's ridiculous. This, again, is part of the illusion of progress. Okay. Painting a rock or, I don't know, making it shiny. I don't know what she did exactly. Look like she knows because she's into art and stuff. So good for her. That has nothing to do with opening up a school. This is just the illusion of progress. Umar doesn't even talk about this so-called sacred rock anymore and has done nothing on that side of the street either after over 7 years. But she's been around a very long time. She's in on the scam, has been one of the day ones. That's Sharon. All right. Okay. Let me get into super chats, then we'll get into the two videos, and then we'll wrap it up. Okay. User 225 says, I can poison my fortune cookies and give them to. Let's not do that. Thank you, User 225. Shout out to User 225. Well, you crazy. Thank Thank you, YouTube for super. CJ says tonight's game, take a drink for every. Oh yes. I don't know if he does that in the video. There were one of the videos. I don't even think there's audio to it. I think there's music playing in the background or something like that. No, that may not be true. I'm not quite sure, but we'll see. But yeah, Umar says that a lot, especially when he's lying and he wants people to believe him. He'll say, "Oh yes," you know. That's another thing, CJ, with Umar, when he's trying to get money out of people, he'll go to that "oh yes" thing. By the way, even Umar going up here after, I'm not going to say, the poll question is, when was the last time Umar Johnson live streamed from inside the FDMG bandos? Him doing it inside is because he really needs money. Him getting up there and doing anything is because he really needs money. And that's why Sharon's there too. Sharon's been in on this for a very long time. They both need money. She's benefited off of this school scam. So that's why she's up there. When was the last time we saw Sharon up there doing anything? But she get up there now because Umar needs money. Again, I said it earlier, he's painting himself in the corner by lying about renovations being complete, so he can't walk through those trap bandos. He can only show a very small portion of it at this point. But he can't give a full tour because he knows the renovations are not complete. Y'all think IT infrastructure is in place? No. The reason why he's up there now is because he hasn't been able to use these trap bandos as a backdrop to get money out of people, where he's walking through, which is when he walks through, it's more profitable for him, if that makes sense. He's going to get more donations. But if he's standing outside, and he's going to get some donations, but not nearly as much. He'll get up there and pick up some trash. Okay, to most people, that's insignificant. Yeah, there's going to be a couple of people that's going to donate because it makes the optics look like he's getting stuff done. But that's different. That's different. Once he goes inside, that's when people get really excited. But see, he can't go inside and walk through, do a complete walkthrough, because he knows that renovations are not complete. Just like he knew back in 2023, renovations were not complete. He said it was. Now, I told people before, I think what Umar is attempting to do right now is he's trying to get as much work as he can get done, because he knows that renovations are not complete, but he lied and told people that they were, so that the next time maybe he'll show another room. He's working on that room this week to make it look, the optics of it, to look like it's ready. And then maybe 2 weeks later, he's going to be working on another room to give the optics that progress. So that, oh no, there is more. No, that's what, so Umar, he's painting himself in the corner, but now he has to show and prove. So now he's up there, allegedly, I got to say it that way, getting work done, because it's not really getting work done. It's just trying to make it seem as if renovations are complete. And then he knows that if he shows videos of that, the inside, it's not the whole school, the whole trap bando on inside. He knows that people are going to send him money. And Sharon needs money too. That's why she's up there with him. She's been in this she's been around for a very long time. Okay. And she's benefited off the donors' money. Not one black boy has been educated. How does Sharon get to benefit off of the millions that Umar Johnson has raised, and black boys haven't benefited at all? Think about it. Okay. Anyway, when Umar is in that mode of trying to get donations, he does that. Oh yes, everything is over the top. He's like a salesman. Everything is same thing was on the Breakfast Club. It's a big show, right? Thanks, CJ. Blackwell says, we knew he was all cap. I heard he got some desks from Little House on the Prairie Schoolhouse. Throwback desk. I used to love me some Little House on the Prairie. I didn't like watching it, but I had to because Transformers came on and G.I. Joe came on at the same time. But my grandmama, she put on Little House on. It was one of them old school TVs, the big back TVs with the knobs with the antenna and stuff. So she wanted to, and the girls, cousins and stuff, sisters, they want to watch Little House on the Prairie. So she would have to sit there and watch that. All right, thanks, Black Wolf. Shout out to Little House on the Prairie. I had a crush on when I was a kid on the one lady, but then later she still acts and stuff. But then later she did this one movie and she was getting it in with this dude on a staircase. I lost all respect. How could you? See how you turn out? Let me stop. I did when I saw it. I said, wait a minute. That shit was on Little House on the Prairie. I said, oh no. Anyway, thanks, Black Wolf. CJ says a few days ago, Enterprise called Umar a It's true, but it's true. Enterprise called Umar a non-entity in Wilmington and has probably hurt his ego more than calling him a scammer. Yeah, ego-wise, yeah, Umar's ego. Also, should the goal be to ignore Umar as much as it is to expose him? I think to ignore Umar's rhetoric is important. I think that that's very important because I was thinking about even while I was talking about how Umar, when he says "oh yes" and he's in his mannerisms and he's like a salesman, that's all about the art of persuasion. It's about rhetoric, and if anything, that should be ignored because ultimately you shouldn't look at what Umar says. I mean, he lies all the time, or what he promises. What you should look at is what's in front of you. What are his actions? See, but his rhetoric, I think that should be ignored. Okay, and in terms of him being exposed, I think it's necessary. There's plenty of other people doing fantastic work with that, and I encourage people to do that. Get your research in order, do your research, and if anyone did that long enough, most of you guys in Cooker said you've been around for a while, so you already know this. But anyone, if they look into Umar long enough and do the appropriate research, they'll realize very quickly is he's nothing more than a scammer, nothing more, right? And his rhetoric is what he uses as an art of persuasion to get people to ultimately send him money. It's not about anything substantive or substantial. It's about him getting money, right? So yeah, on one hand, I think his rhetoric should be ignored, but in terms of him being exposed for the fraud that he is, I think that's a very important work. And again, I've talked about this. There's going to be a point where Umar falls off of this. It's amazing that he's been at this this long. He'll have to fall back on this FDMG school scam. But there will be someone else who comes along and tries to do the same thing that Umar Johnson is doing, or that Jay Morrison did, or Polite did, or even to another extreme in terms of the code dynamic, Nature Boy. So I think it sets a precedence, and it also sets kind of like a blueprint in terms of analysis that can be applied to other scammers or other people who have ill intent towards the Black community. Yeah. Thanks, CJ. For super chat, appreciate it. Kogo, what's up, man? Says he filed the gym floor repairs under he filed gym floor repairs under decoration, so renovations are still complete. We in the decoration stage, yeah. So Umar, basically, what he's doing now is the floor repair is part of the decoration. That's wild. I don't think that's what he thought, but I mean, ain't no telling with this guy. You know, I'm starting to wonder if he's even at this point, and I'm not being facetious here either. I'm starting to think that Umar, he's not even aware of where he's at in all of this. I think there's something going on mentally that it doesn't compute. And the reason why I say that is because if renovations are completed, why would you go and say the gym floor, they need repair? Something else is going on with Umar. I was talking with James about this, that there has to, because it makes no sense. It's beyond lying. Unless he lies and then he believes the lie so that it doesn't register that he's totally contradicted himself by posting something like this. So, I mean, maybe in his mind, he's saying this is part of decorations, but gym repair work is not. Anyway, I'm trying to make it make sense, Kogo. I really think that there's something else going on with Umar that I haven't been able to identify. Now, I've researched this guy extensively. I've studied this guy. There's something else going on with him. Being gracious, I want to think that maybe he forgets about what he stated before. That's what I want to say. But if you post it on social media, it's right there. You can always go back and look and see what you just said. So I don't know. Maybe in his mind, he sees us as part of decoration state. I don't know. What I think is that there's something else going on with Umar where he doesn't recognize at this point what he said before. You know, is it an issue of just perpetual lying? Is it an issue of memory? I don't know. There's definitely something else going on that I haven't been able to identify yet. Thank you, Coco. What's up, Randy? Says painting over black mold is most egregious. Yeah, and they did. See, just because you can clean off black mold or any type of mold for that matter off of a wall or whatever, and then you can paint over it, but that doesn't mean that it's not going to grow back. It doesn't mean that the issue has been resolved. And again, there's standing water in there the standing water issue could have been there for up to 6 years at that point, 6 or 7 years when Umar 5 or 6 years until Umar got it mitigated. That could have been an issue going all the way back to when the Moyer Academy closed. It could have been an issue when the Moyer Academy was open. So if you have standing water to that degree, and then you have it sitting for years, and not only is it sitting for years, there's no HVAC, there's no airflow, it's dark because there's no lighting. Well, what's going to happen? Mold, mildew and mold. So there's no telling over those many years how significant the mold issue is. We're talking about on the interior. We've seen it on the exterior, but I'm talking about the interior. And it's not just what you see on the surface, it's also what's beyond the drywall, on the inside of the drywall that we don't see. So who knows? It's possible, and I'm just saying it is actually possible that if in fact Umar had mold remediation take place, that they would have to gut that gym. Umar knows that too. I think that's part of the reason why, because I don't, maybe I'm trying to make it make sense, Cole, but I'm still, maybe part of him saying floor repair is that he knows that there's also some, and I don't know this for a statement of fact, but he does know that there's mold issues. Maybe this this gym floor repair is just Umar's attempt to get more money out of people because he knows that there's mold remediation that needs to take place anyway. Because they're going to come in when they do their inspection and they're going to be looking for specific things, and they're going to do an environmental analysis, which would include spore counts that's in the air, and they'll know right away that there's a problem. Anyway, it's egregious. Thank you, Randy. UG Device says, hey, he say powerful because that's how he likes. All right. He tripping. Lewis X says, half them poor kids in that moldy death trap house. He did. He had some kids in there too. If those silly adults want to be in there, that's them. But those kids shouldn't have been. Yeah, I agree. And the other thing is, I think that the parents, those back then, and you've been around, you already know, back then, Umar, those followers that would come out and support him like that, those were more of his followers that were closely associated with what it's. I don't want to say that it's a cult. It's a virtual cult. They were more closer to that realm of a cult. And I've talked about this in the past. Like, there's different tiers to Umar Johnson's supporters. There's people who listen to Umar because he's entertaining. They don't care. They don't really care about what he's saying. They just find him to be like, he's a little weird, but he's entertaining. Then you have people who listen and they like some of his rhetoric, not all. And then you have people who listen, they like all of his rhetoric, but they don't support the FDMG school scam because they already know that it's a scam. And then there's people who support the school scam, but they don't necessarily care about his rhetoric. And then there's his supporters that will go the extra mile. They'll send money, and they know it's a waste of money, but they'll do it anyway. Right now, you're getting closer to that tier of the cult aspect. Then you have his diehards, and then you have those people that they will do whatever he says. Come on out here, pay me money to come paint for free. That's what he did with his loyal donors. Okay, that's closer to the cult tier. It's not a real cult. It's more of a it's like a virtual cult, because the cult is a very specific thing. So and there's different types of cults too. But the point is that the people who were around back then, they were closely associated with that higher tier of his support base that's closer to that cult tier, if that makes sense. So they would come out, they would have their kids in this foolishness. These are the people that were around: Ann McMillan, Sharon, what was the other one? Ann McMillan, Tiff DeGriff. They would walk through the trap bandos when there's no electricity, and they have their cell phones, and they're stepping over stuff and tripping. And I mean, it's a trip and fall hazard, lawsuit waiting to happen. And then they would have, some of them bring their kids along. Okay, that's on that other level. See? It's so unfortunate. Okay. Thankfully, though, and Louis Slug, you're aware of this, and many of you guys who've been around long time, you're aware of this. A lot of the people that were around back then that were his diehard supporters, they've fallen off. So what we've seen is like a shrinking of all of this, to where you have people who kind of watch Umar's mainly for entertainment purposes, and then you have people who enjoy his rhetoric. But in terms of the people who really believe in this school scam, that's dwindled significantly. It's not like what it was back in 2019, 2020, 2021. All right. Thanks, Will. So good point too. They shouldn't have them kids up in there. How your floors have varicose veins. Again, Umar knew that this was an issue when he purchased these trap bandos. Why is he telling people in 2026, over 7 years later, that he needs to get these floors repaired? Remember, I told him that he needed to get that handled back in 2019. Now he does it. And then you have Umar Johnson supporters like, yeah, what are the haters going to say now? No, you guys don't understand. You supporters who think like that, there are literally thousands of people who used to think like you do. You're not special. And back in 2019, he got the buildings. Okay, here we are in that was in 2019. Here we are in 2026, over 7 years later, and there's still no school. There's still abandoned buildings on vacant property list, and not one black child has been educated. So ain't nothing changed. It's just the illusion of progress, and Umar just slowly but surely strings you guys along. But even those who say things in 2026 like that, like, oh, what are the haters going to say now? You're going to wake up one day too. I've been at this a long time. You're going to wake up one day. Thanks, Tulsa. CJ says the gym floor has All right. Thanks, CJ. Thanks, Luck. Kogo gifted a membership. Thanks so much, Kogo. It looks like the floor is lifting. Yeah, it's a major issue. And in terms of a school facility, anything public, though, if any kind of public facility where there's going to be people walking, in this case, children, you cannot have that. That's an automatic fail. You're not going to pass any inspection. Well, you're not going to pass inspection. I should say it that way. They'll just walk in, they'll see that, said it's over with. Now you got to get this fixed. But Umar should have done that back in 2019. He knew that was an issue back in 2019. 7 years later, why? Can you imagine if let's say if you go to the mall and you're walking and the floor is warped and either you step on it and you sprain your ankle, or you step on it and blow out your knee, especially on a basketball court, that's crazy, or you trip over it, litigation. So why wouldn't that apply to a so-called school? They're trapped bandos, but let's say a school campus. It's crazy. Children are going to be playing on this basketball court with that. They'll blow out their ankle. They'll blow out their, they'll sprain their ankle, break their ankles, ain't no telling, blow out their knee, ACL, MCL. And Umar's just now thinking about it, like, yeah, let's get these floors repaired. But I thought you said the renovations were complete, Umar. Which one is it? I'm so tired of this guy, because I told him a long time ago. He don't listen. Thank you, Miss Honey. Lewis Huck said the only good thing about that gym is Umar's basketball team, the Bando Ballers. I don't think I heard that one. The Bando Ballers will go undefeated because the visiting team will be tripping on the bumps and won't score baskets. Yeah, and they'll make sure that the visiting team plays on their offense is on that side of the trap of the trap gym. You know, that's wild. The Bando Ballers. Come on, y'all. Let's run a quick, because we can take a little more time. Let's go ahead and run down some names for the FDMG basketball team. Yeah, Derek. He said the Bando Ballers. That's crazy. Yeah, so JS also says Umar's support has dried up. He has 1.2 million followers on Instagram and barely cracks 300 likes on any given post. Yeah, I know. I've noticed that. Goes to show you. Man. So very true. The Power Rangers. Yeah, I used to watch Benny Hill too. My dad used to watch it. Should have been watching that. The Bando Grifters. The FDMG Rockers. What's up, ESP? That's crazy. Garvey Globetrotters. Okay, I like that one. The FDMG 138s. I don't know what that means, but it sounds funny. The Conscious Globetrotters. The Bando Grifters. The Persistent PayPals. G said the Bando Birds. Okay. Oh man, that's funny. The Mole Patrol. The Moldy Shank. Oh no. No, that's too far. The Trap Trotters. The Grifters. The Vacant Vigilantes. Oh, I love that one. The Vacant Vigilantes. All right, thanks, Afro. What's up, conservative Spartan? Bando Ballers, the FMG Beard Clippers. Okay. Jimmy Jamboree, right on. All right. Yeah, the Trap Trotters, that was awesome. FMG Bando Rambos. That's crazy. Thanks, Afro Punk. Boy, y'all crazy. How's it going, Smart Barbie? The Shango Sonics. I used to love the Seattle Supersonics back in the day when they had Gary Payton and Rain Man. What was his name? Sean Kemp. I used to I used to love that team. They went to the finals again. They played against the Bulls. Didn't they play against the Bulls? Yeah. Yep. Okay. The Bowl Trotters, the Garvite Trotters, the Shakos, confused Cash Apps. Okay. The Closers, the Garvey Gravy Trains. Okay. The Gin Todays. All right, let me get out this chat room. Yeah. The Butter Biscuits Hoopers. What's up, 100%? Man, shout out to Texas. The Bando Birds. Yeah, you guys remember Binky the Bando Bird? Yep. Okay. All right, let me get up out of here. Okay. Whew. All right. The Snow Bunnies, the Money Marauders. Okay. All right. How's it going, Swagodito? The open, Joshua said the open roofers. Okay, let me get out of here because otherwise we're going to be in here for a month. Okay. Thanks again, Louis Luck. You started it. Derek says, no bueno. No bueno, no bueno. Okay. Shout out to Brother Jose. Thanks, Derek. Randy says he really thinks a coat of paint can fix anything and everything. Yeah, I think in his mind, it's the optics of it all. A lot of what Umar does is more cosmetic than substantive. So in Umar's mind, if I can paint the outside, makes no sense. Why paint the outside like so many years ago? It makes no sense. Should be one of the last things that you do. Or let me paint the inside. Let me move the furniture out and put it on the other side of the street so it looks cleaner in here. But that's all cosmetic, nothing substantive. So I think in his mind, he thinks, okay, let me just do these bare minimums. They're the easiest things to do. Painting is easy, especially if you have people doing it for you for free. Well, they're paying you to do it. That's easy. But that gives enough illusion of progress for people to feel inclined to donate because they think that he's really moving the project forward. But I really can't think of anything substantial. I guess we could, because I always try to I'm always fair with Umar and I always try to give him the benefit of that. I would say that perhaps when he got the HVAC put up on the roof, that was a milestone. But then when you think about it, what's the significance of that really? Because we're in 2026 and classes still have not started. When did the HVAC get installed? Let me go back now and think about it. A lot of people, if you were around back then, that was some wild times with that HVAC situation. I think I want to say that was in 2023. Yeah, Umar, he really dragged that out big time. No, it's an HVAC. Well, here's an HVAC rant. Let me see. It's not 2023 then, but let me play this while I find it. Hold on one second.
Great is a hip hop, right? I support that. You grew up in it. Everybody in the hip hop community. Shout out to Tyler Perry. We're at Mary McLeod, but positive black dramas. Hit me with some black consciousness. Don't let this that was the beginning. But the coup d'etat didn't.
You can tell he's angry right
really
here.
Hit. And one of the problems with the American African, our good brother in Philly, you social media opportunists. What has happened to masculine?
Yeah, he was real mad.
Are you really telling me slandering a black? Worse, gangsters, black men slandering a black man. I mean, my guy accused him of everything under the sun without an ounce of proof. You can't even give the man
Yeah, hold on one second. I think he shows. I don't know who that lady is. Oh, there go Miguel right there. Miguel Jackson. Yeah, it's wild when I think about it. So it's been so much going on with all this. Anyway, I'm trying to find this other video. Hold on. Y'all give me 1 second. Hold on 1 second. Yeah, I'll pull something else up while I find it. I'll just pull up something random. Because I want to show you guys the HVAC. Because I would give him credit for that, but what's the point in that? Because here we are all these years later, and it's for nothing. No, that's not it either. Yeah, here is an earlier video where he's talking about that. Let me do this one. I got to.
Let me show y'all some of the work we got to do. I'm gonna show y'all some of the work we got to do. So.
Yeah, this is from 2021. We got 1,300 people in the building. If you guys enjoy the show, make sure you hit that like button. We're not going to be here that long. If you hit that like button, I appreciate it. Our goal is 500 likes. Okay, it'll take you 2 seconds. Also, make sure you vote on the poll. This is from March 4th of 2021. I'll let this play while I try to find this other video. I'll be right back.
Y'all see this? This is the HVAC. This is the HVAC unit to the gym. This is the gym HVAC for the Nat Turner gym. We switching this out. I ain't gonna hold you. I was up there maybe twice, but I ain't the one for the height. And when I get up, it looks so much higher when you up there. Down here it's like that ain't never. When I get up there, I'm like, whoa. You start thinking about, can I jump on? I'm kind of clumsy, so I can't afford it. I got you. I've been up and down these ones for a while. Okay. I know you've been higher than this, so. Yeah.
Okay, I know what year.
Okay. I got you. Wow. Woo! You mean like Southwest Philly, the big joints, the gas and oil. Yeah. Woo! Yeah. And they way bigger from the high. You went all the way up there. On the top. Woo! I had to walk up the steps. No sir. No sir. I work hard. No sir. No sir. Woo! I got you.
Umar, relax.
Man. If we can get this done, though, brother. It's been 2 years. We got to school February 7th of 2019. So we just over 2 years. That's good, though. And I'm telling you. It's hard. It's work. I mean, it was a miracle we got the building. Yeah. Because we couldn't afford it, but they worked with us. Nice. And then I'm like, okay, we're going to have this thing up and running. Bro, I could write a whole book. Yeah, on everything you want to do. I imagine. Look, I'm just doing one aspect of it. You got the whole building, so you got to deal with me, somebody else like me with something else. Yeah. 10 other and then you got to coordinate. That's the type of stuff you take home at night. Woo! You lay down, you can't sleep.
Yeah, oh, cut it out. This is drama.
Yeah, man. I already know. I had to learn early, man, because I got in young. Okay. A lot don't like me. I was smart. I got you. So I was good. But once I started running jobs and stuff, because I ran work as a foreman for a little bit. Okay. Man, I started bringing that stuff home. I had to learn how to separate it. I got you. But it's different with something like this, though. This from the heart. This from the heart. And that's what be hurting me, bro, because they all know it's from the heart. It's from the heart, man. Come on, put a little love in it. Listen, look, I preach the same message a little bit to my family and stuff. So to come work for you, man, it's an honor. It's an honor, bro. I got a little flick with you for yes, sir. Yes, sir. I ain't got nothing to hook it on to, so you got to wrap it around, bro. I'll show you. Just hold it out. You got to hook it on bottom.
All right. This is another, you can see still it was an issue. This is from 2021. See the floor? Looks horrible. See, it's amazing. This is from March 4th of 2021, and yet Umar, he posted this 2 days ago, March 28th of 2026. Can you believe this? What is that? Half a decade later. Got him.
And we got to figure out what's going on with this. We're going to have to dig up the ground a little bit or dig up the side of the wall a little bit. We're going to have to do some digging to find out what's going on here. We got to find out what this is, brothers and sisters. This right here is an issue. We got to find out where is this water coming from, brothers and sisters.
Excuse me.
Where is this water coming from, brothers and sisters? We got to figure this drain out. We got to figure this drain out. That drain is a problem. That drain is a problem, but that's it. Once we figure out the drain for the gym, we're going to be all right.
Then
Once
what?
we figure out the drain, we're going to put a big FDMG logo on the wall. Big FDMG logo. We're going to change.
Yeah, that never happened. Yeah, it's foolishness. Okay, I found the video. Here we go.
I want to say thank you to all my donors. I want to say thank you to those of you who have stood by me since 2014.
Yeah, see what Umar was attempting to do, because the FDMG festival was the following day, is that he wanted to have this HVAC unit put up on the roof as it's really to brag more than anything else, but it's non-functional. Like, for what? What's the point?
I want to say thank you to all my donors. I want to say thank you to those of you who have stood.
And then there's a smaller one too that goes on the side of the gym.
By me since 2014 when we began a
This is September 9th of 2022.
Campaign to destroy the school to prison pipeline. I want to thank all of you who have stood by me since 2014 when we started a campaign to destroy the school to prison pipeline. This is your big brother King Kong consciousness, the most requested, most relevant, and most revolutionary scholar in the world today. I said, this is your big brother, Dr. Umar Tunde, and I'm inviting you to the HVAC party. You can't pull up today, but you can pull up tomorrow. You can't pull up today because the street is blocked. You can pull up tomorrow. You cannot pull up today, brothers and sisters, but you can pull up tomorrow. We having an HVAC party. We having an HVAC party. Thank you for your donations. Thank you for your donations, brothers and sisters. Don't believe in the naysayers. Believe in your ancestors. Don't believe.
That's ridiculous. And there were people back then who were saying things like, what are the haters going to say now? See, it's the regurgitation of the same thing over and over again. It's all cosmetic. It's not operational. It's cosmetic. It's not functional. It's cosmetic.
Believe in the naysayers. Believe in the future of African children, the future of African people. We are victorious, brothers and sisters. We having an HVAC party today, September the.
Yeah, Umar claimed that HVAC unit cost $50,000.
9th, 9922. 99, that's the ancestors times 2. I said 9922.
In fact, let me do something right quick. Okay.
That's the ancestors part 2. Pull up tomorrow, FDMG Festival. Online registration has closed, but you can register at the door. Online registration is closed, but you can register for free at the door. Online registration is closed, but you can register at the door tomorrow for free. 601 East 17th Street, 601 East 17th Street, Wilmington, Delaware. Gates open up at 10. Food, games, vendors, performers, Michael Jackson reincarnated. Fashion show. Dr. Umar's getting married again to 2 beautiful queens. We got food vendors, clothing vendors, merchandise vendors, cosmetic vendors. Pull up and hit your Cash App, $ FDMG School. Pull up and hit your Cash App, $ FDMG School. Pull up and hit your PayPal.
Yes, it was all about trying to get money out of people. So he would do these types of things. So that's one. Also, he would do stuff like this. So it says, trust the process, build institutions, or be quiet. So he's pretending as if this work that's being done on the street is, and I did a video on this back in the day, that this work that's being done on the street is associated with FDMG. No, this is the city, Delmarva, doing work in the street. See, they're not there for FDMG. Yeah, Umar, he's something else. And this isn't the only area. There was a whole area that they did this type of work in and just passed through this street too. Okay, again, this gives the illusion of progress, and Umar's pretending as, look what he posts, trust the process, build institutions, or be quiet. And people got excited. They were saying things again like, well, what are his haters going to say now? Well, here we are. This video is from 2022. We're in 2026. Yeah, Umar, he's something else. And then another cosmetic thing he did, I'll give him credit for here, is
the HVAC is leaving. The old HVAC is leaving, brothers and sisters.
See, that's the old HVAC, and see how it's gutted on the inside. They have drone footage of that. But remember when Umar was on Lord Jamar's show, he was saying that the buildings are in good condition. And then I also have a video where Umar says, excuse me, that the HVAC unit, the unit is intact. No, not at all. there are 3 more. I apologize. Excuse me. There are 3 more HVACs of this size on the other side of the street, and then there's 3 or 4 smaller ones, ancillary ones on that side of the street on the roof, and then there's a smaller one on the side of the gym. But again, this is all cosmetic. It's non-functional. There's no point in getting an HVAC back then in 2022 when, in point of fact, there's no children enrolled, and there's still no children enrolled in 2026. It's a waste of money. See, renovation should have been taking place, and that money could have gone towards these other things. And then when you get closer to the time where you're gonna, you're getting close to finishing, you can do something like this, or at least have a plan in terms of when this should be done versus when other things should be done. But Umar, he's never had a plan. He never had a general contractor.
Say goodbye to the old HVAC unit. Say goodbye to the old HVAC unit. Brothers and sisters, do you see the sun rising behind the HVAC? Do you see the sun rising behind the old HVAC? Do you see the sun rising behind the old HVAC? It's a new day, brothers and sisters. It's a new day. The old HVAC is leaving. It's a new day. FDMG has just turned the page. The ancestors have spoken. Tomorrow is a full moon in Pisces. Tomorrow is a full moon in Pisces. Orisha Olokun is on our guard. Orisha Olokun is on our guard.
Yeah, I just looked this up using a screenshot of that HVAC unit. That the cost of the 50-ton, I don't know if Umar stated it was 50-ton. He did say give tonnage. I don't know if anyone remembers that. Well, we got 1,400 people in here. If anyone remembers how much Umar was saying the tonnage was for these, the HVAC unit, let me know. James may know. Black Wolf may know. I don't know if Information Man is here, but he would know. Black Anonymous would know too. But I'm looking this up, and what I did was I took a screenshot of the new HVAC unit. I took that, and then I did an image search, reverse search, and then it comes back as, and Umar did say that it was train, because I remember I was confused about that. Train package rooftop unit, 50 tons. It says here that for a new one, for a 50-ton unit, it can cost between $250,000 and $280,000. A pre-owned unit, depending on the age and condition, used 50-ton units have sold for approximately $37,000 to $48,500. Will be closer to the $50,000. Did Umar say $50,000 or $25,000? Yeah, I think he said that the blueprints were $25,000 and that the HVAC was $50,000. Yeah, he said 50,000. But I did it again. I took a screenshot. If anybody else wants to do it, you can do it too. I took a screenshot. Here, I'll take it back. In fact, it's easier if I take it back to the when it's sitting on the
/FDMG Academy. We will not be denied.
Yeah, you can take a screenshot of this and then do a reverse image search on Google. And I can't remember what the tonnage was that Umar was saying. I thought he said 50 tons. I could be wrong though. I may be mixing that up with the 50. Yeah, maybe a 5-ton. Yeah, maybe it's 5. Maybe. But in any event, a 50-ton, they're saying right here, the total installed cost for a large commercial project, the total turnkey price, including equipment, labor, and logistics, typically ranges from $80,000 to over $150,000 for a single unit replacement. Complex projects involving multiple units and extensive infrastructure can reach $800,000 to $1.9 million. And there's 3 other ones of these on the other side of the street. Yeah, when they say 5 tons, they're referring to the amount of air though that passes through, from what I remember, and I could be wrong, not the actual the weight of it. The weight of the actual unit. But let me try this, because just to give Umar the benefit of the doubt. So let's say if we put this down to 25 ton, because I thought he said 50. Maybe he said 5. I can't remember. Someone said more like 15. Yeah. Okay. So this one would be closer to the 50,000. Okay. Anywhere from 27,500 and 42,500 for a 25 ton. Okay. That makes more sense. Again, I'm trying to give him the benefit of the doubt. And then if it was a 5-ton, those would be really small, though, I would think. A 5-ton, yeah, those are smaller units. It's populating. Those are really small, actually. Yeah. So what I'm going to have to do is at some point I'll run back into it. It's definitely not a 5-ton, but Umar did give a tonnage. I just can't remember what it was. And then I'll make sure. Yeah, 5 tons are like house units. Yeah, I'll make sure that in the documentary, I'll have that information in there. Right. Okay. Anyway. So here's
behind the old HVAC.
The old
it's a new day, brothers and sisters. It's a new day. The old HVAC is leaving. It's a new day. FDMG has just turned the page. The ancestors have spoken. Tomorrow is a full moon in Pisces. Tomorrow is a full moon in Pisces. Orisha Olokun is on our guard. Orisha Olokun is on our guard, representing the ancestors, the imagination, possibilities of the mystic world. The old HVAC is leaving, brothers and sisters.
What mystic world? What are you talking about?
Say goodbye to the old HVAC. Say goodbye to the old HVAC, brothers and sisters. This is King Kong.
Okay, there's some HVAC experts in here. Okay, based upon what we showed there, what would you say the tonnage would be?
This is King Kong consciousness,
I'm
Prince
in
of
the chat
Pan
now.
Africanism. Say goodbye to the old HVAC. Say goodbye to the old HVAC. Say goodbye to the old HVAC.
Yo, Umar, stop the drama. He's so dramatic. And then again, this ties back to what I can't even remember who it was now at this point. I was right here, Randy. Yeah, paint. Getting paint. Painting. Getting a new HVAC unit. Okay, it serves no purpose though because it's still not functional to this day. We're in 2027. It was put up on the roof September 9th of 2022. But then there's other things that he did too, like this. This was around the same time, October 27th of 2022. Again, the illusion of progress. But he had actually stated that he wanted to have a sign with lights. It lights up at night. That didn't happen. And it was supposed to be this big, huge sign that lights up at night. So then when people drive by, they would see it. And he got that idea from the Moyer Academy because they actually had a sign like that. It's no longer existing, but I have a video from way back in the day where they actually show that.
So I'm going to let the time, but
Yeah, they took the old ones and rebuilt. But no, the one that was delivered, he had them taken off that same day. So it wouldn't be that the one that was updated that they rebuilt it. But what I think is that if it is a 50-ton unit, that it probably wasn't brand new. It was probably used. Okay, and again, Umar never provides any receipt for anything. So if he says it's 50,000, and it's also possible that it was much less than 50,000 though too. Right, that's possible too. But there's no telling because he never provides any receipts. He tells people that he's transparent, but he's never been transparent. He never will even transparent about how much this costs right here. Okay, Eric says, I've installed those before, no more than 20. Okay, so 20, you're saying 20 tons? Okay, so let me look up a 20-ton one. Yeah, these look a lot smaller than actually, no, that one looks, let me just look right here. That one looks like the same one right there. Well, similar. Let me see if it says there's an 80-ton, a 60-ton, it's 26,000. They're different though, because these ones are inverted. Let me see. So a 20-ton package on the rooftop, the equipment alone typically costs between $20,000 and $42,500 if you include professional installation, which involves cranes, electrical upgrades, and ductwork. Umar hasn't had any electric. He's never shown any proof of any electrical upgrades for the unit itself or ductwork. I used to talk about that a lot. The total project costs usually range from $35,000 to over $75,000. All right. So this is someone that's installed HVAC. Eric, thank you for this. It says that it's no more than a 20 ton. All right. Okay, thank you for that. Okay, let's keep going.
You can fool some of the people all the time, and all the people some of the time.
What is he talking about?
But you can't fool the Prince of Pan Africanism none of the time. I said you can fool
None of the time.
all the people some of the time,
Well,
and
funny.
some of the people all the time. But you can't fool the Prince of Pan Africanism none of the time. This is your big brother King Kong.
That's what girl said. He took it from the other buildings. It don't work. Umar don't care. No, the other ones over there, those are broke down too. I'll show you guys. Hold on a
Consciousness
second.
founder,
Y'all
CEO,
funny.
CAO, chair
Hey,
of the
Pink Lady.
board, Frederick Douglass Garvey Academy.
What's up,
I'm
Smart
on my
Bobby?
job, getting
Yeah,
the
Boobarella.
school ready for our black boys.
Erica.
I said I'm on my job, getting the school ready for our black boys. I said I'm on the job, and
Let me
right
go
now
find this other
we
thing
got
right
the
quick.
sign going on the building. That's right. That's right. Ifa Tunde Avenue, Dr. Papa Boulevard, Prince of Pan Africanism Parkway. This is history today. So I'm going to let you watch right now as the sign, FDMG, red, black, and green Garvey flag colors is being installed on.
Well, he was so hyped about that. Anyway, here's drone footage. And if you look over here to the up there on the right there, you'll see that's the HVAC unit that was taken off in that video. And it's gutted, completely gutted. But if we go across the street, you'll see the same HVAC units over here. There's 3 of them, 3 more. So according to Umar, the other one was 50,000 over here. So that one's 50,000, another 150,000 over here. These ones are gutted as well. And then there's 3 other ones over here, ancillary units, or at least 2. I thought it was 3, but it looks like it's 2 plus another smaller one, really small one. And then there is that one over there next to the gym, the small gym. He actually had that one replaced too. So it's like a bad investment all the way across the board because just for the HVAC units alone, according to Umar, it's $50,000. You can see it right here clearly. It's gutted. There's nothing inside of it. And then I have videos of Umar talking about how the HVAC unit is intact. He was lying about that. Completely gutted. Same thing over here. See that? That's a horrible investment. I mean, Umar could have just bought land and built from the ground up. Could be something small, but something to start with. Look at this. Yeah, these are gutted too. See that? Nothing inside of them. You know, over the years, the dope fiends and, you know, they go through and they strip stuff out and they go sell it. It's not uncommon. And they're still trapped bandos to this day. And Umar, he's done nothing on this side of the street. This is the one building. It's not 2, as Umar claims. It's one building. We can even go back right here. If you guys look at it, that's 2 buildings on that side, 1 building on this side. See that? All connected. But he's done absolutely nothing on this side except turn this the large gym into his own personal storage. I'm gonna show you all that. I know we a bit off topic, but I always, whenever I have a chance to bring this up, I do. This video is from 2025.
Peace and love, black family. This is the Prince of Pan Africanism, King Kong consciousness. We like.
Oh no, and this is good because the next video we watch, you guys see this ties to it. If you guys look side by side comparison in 2019 and then 2025, this is the large inside of the large gym. Again, Umar gets evicted in 2019. He takes his stuff, most of his stuff, and he stores it inside this large gym. It's a storage unit, FDMG storage unit.
Peace and love, black family. This is the Prince.
See these desks over here? These desks have been sitting in there for who knows how long. Umar says 7 years because he took them out of the other side of the other side of the street. But then he takes them back, and that's what he posted. I think it was yesterday. We're gonna get into that in just a moment. Thank you guys for your patience. Okay. Again, if you're enjoying the show, hit that like button. It'll help get this video out into the algorithm. And it only take you 2 seconds, but it makes a huge difference. Our goal is 400. We're at 406. Okay, with 1,358 people in the building, we should be able to reach that goal easily. Thank you guys, everyone who voted or who's hit that like button already. And then for the poll question, already 958 votes. When was the last time Umar Johnson live streamed from inside of the FDMG bandos? 13% said 2 weeks ago, 11% said 4 weeks ago, 12% said 5 weeks ago, and then 64% said 6 weeks ago. All right, here we go. But you see the desk over here?
It's a Pan Africanism, King Kong consciousness. We live inside the Frederick Douglass Market.
What is that?
Peace and love, black family. This the.
It almost looks like a tree back there. What in the world? Yeah, I see that back there. Is that a tree
Prince
back there?
Pan Africanism, King.
What is that? In the 2025 thing.
Peace and love, black family. This the Prince of Pan Africa.
What do they do? Is that a tree? What in the world is going on? This is crazy.
Peace and love, black family. This is the Prince of Pan.
What is... Somebody said that's the FDMG Christmas tree. It's trash. It looks like a tree though. Look behind Frederick up there. Yeah, it's like a tree or it's like
we live inside the Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy. Fred
Umar got his Connect 4. He used to play it at Mama Closet, but he put it here.
Douglass building. I'm gonna let you show some of the scholars at Ifa Tunde University.
Yeah. How do you go from looking like this in 2019 to looking like this in 2025?
Yes. You know what I mean?
Black power. Black power. Black power.
You know what I mean?
Girl, cut it out, Tiffany.
Black power. Black power.
Up in there. Yeah.
This is all Umar stuff. Personal story.
Yeah, baby.
See these desks? And this stuff has been sitting in here for years. Look at the dust. You see, those are footsteps that went through the dust. That's how horrible this situation is. Umar tried to act like this just happened in 2025. No. See the dust on top of the books? He said they vandalized my book collection. No, there's dust on top of it, but your book collection has been sitting in here for who knows how long. And sitting in here. This isn't new. And this so-called sabotage and what does he call it? Vandalism, the bandos. Yeah. I mean, that's that basketball team. This vandalism did not take place in 2025, but Umar tried to act like it did. No, this is old. That's why there's books with dust on top of them. Years. Been sitting here for years.
You got Brother Ryan, no doubt, looking out.
Even the spray paint back there. See how they spray painted down there? It was clear before. Okay, all that spray paint, there's dust on top of that. This has been sitting in here for years. And look at all that trash back up against that wall that didn't exist in 2019. That's crazy. No, he never cleaned it. What he did was he turned it into his own personal storage, and then he moved trash and stuff from the other side of the street and just let it sit in there.
You know what I mean? So tell me.
See, the paint has dust, a thick film of dust on top of it. It's not. Look at that.
What's your thing?
And that dust, you can the paint, you can tell it's baked in to the floor at this point.
Give me some words.
So you got a pictures and picture frames. That's from his old apartment from 2019 when he got evicted.
Yeah, what do you think so far to walk through the tour? How you liking the school?
It's nice.
You feeling it? Samantha, what you think?
The potential, I see the before and the potential of the after is going to be phenomenal.
See his fitted caps up there, his FDMG shoe right there, because he showed that before on his Instagram page, that shoe.
Phenomenal, tremendous.
All right, what you think, Sister Sabrina?
I see the after.
And there go that big back TV right there from his old apartment.
And the after and the awesome after. And what can I say? Destiny.
From a brother's perspective, how we gonna be all right with the kids in here, you think? The boys gonna love it here?
Yes, indeed, brother. Y'all gonna be well. And you got an excellent teacher and a scholar.
Man. That's love. That's love. Frenchie, what you think?
Yeah, I wonder what these people think now after all these years. That's 2019. Over 7 years. 7 years later. I wonder what they think now. All right. Let's get back on track here. We got a little blown off, but it's all good. Yeah, so anyway, Randy, you're right. Thank you for the super chat. Y Square says Umar lives in a cartoon land where anything is possible yet rarely realistic. #madness. Yeah, the thing is that I didn't anticipate this. uploaded Umar Johnson's Big Papa podcast. I think it was, I always thought it was episode 6, but I think it's episode 16. Or maybe that's the other one. I actually have it. I show what episode it is in the actual video. But the thing is that I did not anticipate the type of response that video received. I didn't anticipate that. It has over 23,000 views. Okay, on average, we do 15 to 20,000, somewhere around there. Sometimes a little bit more, sometimes a little bit less. But in 3 days, that one got 23,000, and it's an hour and 7 minutes long. And the comments in the chat room, but then also people who left comments from the live chat room, but also the comments that people have left. There's been a lot of comments left for that video too. I'm thinking maybe I should do that every Friday, just have something to upload for you guys to check out. Because it's good just to get together, even though I'm not talking or anything. The comments speak to this, whether it was from the live chat or for people who left comments on the video, that clearly Umar, he's detached from reality. He does an FDMG parent orientation. It was in 2020, my goodness, 2020. It's Big Papa Podcast number 8. I apologize. There's another one, number 16. I have that one too. I wish I had all of them. If anyone has all of them, they want to send them to me, I'll cash app you $150. Big Papa Podcast number 8. And it's very clear that Umar lives in an alternate reality where nothing's realistic. Someone even commented, even the schedule that Umar was proposing, it's impossible for children to have to sit through whatever for that amount of time and be there on the campus for, upwards of 10, 11, 12 hours. It's crazy. I was thinking too, when he said that the boys have to go back home to change. Well, does that also mean that the boys who are being bussed in from other states, they're going to get on a bus to go home and change and then come back? Doesn't make any sense. And see, Umar, what's interesting about Umar, and it reminds me of when he goes up there to pick up trash, instead of taking a trash bag with him, he'll go and pick up trash and then travel back to the trash bag or trash bag. There's a couple times he had a trash can, but a trash bag. And then he'll go and travel to pick up more trash, then travel back to the bag and put the trash in. And then he go and do it again. He just goes over there. It's totally inefficient. Whereas if he just took the bag with him, he could just put it in there. But see, again, he's holding the phone because he wants the optics of it. It's all about the perception. It's about giving the illusion of progress. So he has to film himself doing this, but it's not efficient. He should put the phone away. What he really should do is just get a tripod and just set it on there. I don't get it. And just, with one hand, he has the bag. He brings the bag, but then he has some glove on. At least he should have gloves on both hands. And then he picks up trash and puts it directly into the bag. Directly into the bag. More efficient. Well, the same thing applies to this idea, this fantasy land, which is not realistic, where they were in after the long school day. The boys are going to go home and go get dressed in their business suit to come back so he can cuddle with them by the fire. Anyway, wouldn't it make more sense? And thank God that none of this is happening, because Umar ain't got no business being around no kids, period. But wouldn't it make more sense for the children to simply bring, okay, again, we're Y square, we're hypothetical here. We're in Umar's Delulu land, right? Wouldn't it make more sense for the boys simply to bring their change of clothes in the morning so that they don't have to travel back? Or why not just keep their change of clothes on site if it's that big of a deal? They're going to go home? Why? It goes to show you that Umar, he's not thinking of efficiency. None of it makes sense. But because he lives in cartoon land and nothing's realistic, and yeah, there's some madness going, something wrong with him. He's not even thinking on that level. He's not thinking about that. It's the delusions of grandeur. Everything has to be over the top. And in his own mind, for whatever reason, he perceives it to be realistic. No, it's not. In reality, it's not. In his own mind, it is. But see, that's one of the reasons why 99% of what Umar says he's going to do, and a lot of it is unrealistic, it never comes into fruition. And some of the things that may be possible, he doesn't have the work ethic or the organization skills to get things done from point A to point B. That's why here we are 7 years later, and not one black child has been educated since he acquired these trap bandos. That's why since 2010, when he said the schools going to open September 11, 2013, it's 2010, 16 years later, and not one black child has been educated. Millions of dollars raised. According to Umar, land given to him in San Bernardino, California in 2012, and in Philadelphia. Can't remember what year that was, in around the same time. And also land in Ghana, and yet he has not finished anything and not one black child has been educated. Well, part of it is because he lives in cartoon land. He's just something's not quite right. And that's precisely why nothing has come into fruition of substance or consequence. Nothing. He still keeps collecting money, though. Okay. Thanks, Y Squared. What's up, D? Will says he couldn't paint his own damn rock. Again, Umar, it's the narcissism. I realized this with Umar when he had the older women painting. He's done this quite a few times, but I'm talking about the paint day when it was outside, it was really cold. And just his whole disposition was as if they are the laborers and he's the HNIC. So he sits back, he records them, but it's not like he's actively participating in it. And actually, I peeped that even before that because they did a cleanup day. And Umar was sitting outside eating an apple. And I was just saying to myself, I can tell he ain't doing nothing. He'll give orders, though, but that's the narcissism. Okay. So, yeah, he couldn't even paint his own rock. He didn't even initially paint. It was what was it? No, not Sister Hanira. I can't remember that woman's name now. She was around. I actually think she used to work at Moyer Academy back in the day. I can't remember her name right now because I have video footage and the lady looked just like her. I could be wrong, but it looked just like her. Anybody remember who I'm talking about? I can't remember her name right now. Anyway, she's the one that painted. Umar had an attitude. He does a video. He's talking about someone painted my rock. Now Umar gets our attitude. Then she repainted it after it was vandalized. And then now Sharon's up here yet today, I guess, shining it. Do something. No, not Sharon. Is it sister? No, not Sister Avanti. Cut it out. No, not Tiff the Grill. You guys are behind. And if you guys can hit that refresh button so that you guys can get caught up. Because I was talking about that a while ago. No, not Tiff the Grill. What's up, TJ? I can't remember her name right now. No, Derek, it wasn't Queen Mother. Queen Mother wouldn't be doing none of that shit. so Way Gookin said Uncle Nancy. No, it wasn't Uncle Nancy. But you know what I'm talking about, though, right? No, it wasn't Francis. No, it wasn't Anne. It's this other lady. Anyway, someone said the Captain Crunch Queen. No, it wasn't the cat. Yeah, I know, Leslie. He was mad. He had the nerve to be mad at free help. Pastor Pastor Bando. Yeah. Thank you, James. It was Pilar. Yeah. I don't know why every time I think of Pilar, I think of a Klingon. I don't know why. I know why. Because Worf's wife, not his wife, because they didn't get married. They was knocking the boots, though. She didn't want to marry him. He wanted to go by the honor code. She was like, I ain't having all that, okay, Negro. I'm sorry. I was thinking about that today. Because last week I said, I don't use that term. I use other versions of it, though, at least in my head, quite often. Anyway, her name was Pilar. And Worf's mate, her name was something like that. Oh, that's the same lady. I didn't know that was her. Yeah, her name was Kaylar or something like that. Kaylar. So that's why anyone out here, Pilar, I think of this lady. But I didn't know that the same actress, and she did a fantastic job playing Kaylar. I had a crush on her when I was a kid. She also played, her name is Susie Plaxton. She also played in Star Trek Deep Space Nine. It was the one where they were doing the numbers things on the Dominion and what would happen if the Federation went to war with the Dominion. And they had this group of people. They were kind of different, like eclectic kind of people. And she played one of those characters. Yeah, I just realized that because it just popped up. Yeah, I did not know that was her. Yeah. Anyway, thanks, James. Her name was Pilar. She's the one that somebody said, Gertrude. you got Pearl Eye. Pilar. Yeah, it was another pajama mama. You know, it was a pajama mama did it. Okay. All right, let me get myself together. Pilar on the honor roll. I remember you covered this school like 10 years ago. This man is a complete joke. Just wonder how he hasn't been arrested yet for playing with these good people. Yeah, that's amazing that he hasn't faced any serious consequences. He's faced some consequences. Well, I'm talking about serious ones. It's amazing. And he's still at it to this day. It's incredible. Thanks, Queendom. Let me get out this chat room. Yeah, somebody said P. Yeah, Kikilar. Yeah. Yeah, I know, Nimi, it's difficult sometimes because that's crazy. All right. If you saw that episode, you would have a crush too. Because she's in 2 episodes. And she had on that tight red thing. I remember to this day. And then they was fighting in the in the holodeck. She had on that big old glove. That's how it got started. Because when they get that aggression, Umar, Worf was like, yeah, that's how Umar. Yeah, Umar, Worf. Okay, yeah. All right. But if you watch it, you'll see what I'm saying. A little aggressive too, but because she's half human, that's why I like the Klingon women. I like them. No, it's not. Come on, Deshaun. It's not that many. It's like 4 or 5. All right. Okay. Someone said a conscious trooper. The conscious trooper painted the RBG rock. Okay. Yeah, it was, yeah, they was fighting, but that's how the Klingon is. Once they get all, let me stop. Okay. Where are we? Okay, let me get caught up on all these. See, here we go, D. I got blown off big time. Thank you for that. Miss Lessons says he always show in the gym, never make an effort to set up classrooms to show they are prepared with desks and other necessities. Yeah. See, part of it is that if it's in Umar, the gym was horrible too, though. At a certain point, even a small one, he had cleared it out. Remember, I showed you where he had buffed the floor. But then in 2025, he does a video, and it looks like a straight Sanford and Sons. I think, it was 2025. It looked like Sanford and Sons in there. But the thing is that for a gym, if you clear it out, it's gonna look okay, because you're not gonna expect to see a lot of furnishings inside of a gym. Whereas with the classroom, there's definitely gonna have to be some furnishings, right? So what Umar does is he would focus mainly on that, and he did for quite a few years. He focused on that small gym, but that's because it was easier to focus on that, right? But the truth be told, what he should have been focusing on in the first place is getting the so-called school ready, the abandoned buildings that he calls a school. That should have been his main focus from the beginning. But Umar, at a certain point, if people don't know, Umar, he becomes homeless in 2019, towards the end of 2019. Then you see him living in and out of hotel and motel rooms. And then at a certain point, you start to see Umar inside of that small gym. And what he was attempting to do was to prepare it so that he can live in there. Okay, he was trying to clean it up. There's a particular room he put in a wall unit, heating and cooling unit inside the wall, as if it was going to make a difference. He's trying to make it more comfortable, not because they were going to start school inside of a gym, but because he needed a place to stay. Let me see if I could find this video right quick. I thought it was 2025. Was it 2026? No, it was 2025. Yeah. Because he ain't been up in there. In fact, you know what? I don't think Umar been actually up inside the school longer than what I thought. Because I have a video. I don't think he went inside. Yeah, he didn't. Let me see. Maybe he did. No, I have this wrong. Yeah, he didn't even go inside. You guys remember this video right here? Yeah, let me see, because the poll question is incorrect. Hold on. I'll be right back, Miss Lisa. So the poll question is incorrect because what I put on here was when was the last time Umar Johnson live streamed from inside of the FDMG bandos? 2 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago, 5 weeks ago, or 6 weeks ago. This video would have been 6 weeks ago right here, but he didn't even go in there. Yeah, he didn't go inside.
And cousin, the Honorable Frederick Douglass, his birthday.
Yeah, let me find the last video that Umar was inside. I'll be right back.
Gift. And to the Honorable Frederick Douglass, the greatest black leader in American history, to whom I'm related by blood.
No,
Frederick Douglass is a second-generation descendant of Isaac and Betsy Bailey and the Prince of Pan Africanism, Dr. Umar Ifatunde Oguntade. I am a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I am an 8th generation descendant of Isaac and Betsy Bailey. We are both descendants of Isaac and Betsy Bailey, and on his 208th solar return. On the 208th solar return of the Honorable Frederick Douglass, I want to give to you, my great ancestor, a completed school in your name and honor. The Frederick Douglass and Marcus Garvey Academy has been swept out. All the trash has been taken to the dumpster, and we are ready for inspection in the name of Frederick Douglass. Give me some love. Give me some black African love right now. Give me some black African love. We completed all the repairs on the centennial of Negro History Week, February 7th, 2026. And today, on Frederick Douglass's birthday, the black man who escaped from Baltimore through Wilmington, Delaware, Frederick Douglass, I am pleased to report to you, my great ancestor, that the school has been swept out. And on Tuesday, because Monday is a holiday, I think they celebrate Abraham Lincoln, who was an associate of yours. I think they celebrate President Abraham Lincoln, who was an associate of yours, Honorable Frederick Douglass. But the day after Monday, which is Tuesday the 17th, which is the eclipse in Aquarius, solar eclipse. Where my Leos at one time? Where my Leos at? Where my Aquarius at one time?
Untuk sang pangeran.
You know what, yo, I think this is the last time. I apologize. I don't mean to play that part. I apologize. I actually think this is the last time Umar was up inside of these trap bandos, in particular inside of the what he calls a small school. I could be wrong. This goes back to October 13th of 2025. Can anyone in the chat room, can you guys remember a time since the toilet video that Umar was in there? I'm talking about inside. And I just looked through my notes and I looked through the video. I couldn't find another example. There may be, but man, this would mean that he ain't live streamed up in, I have to be wrong on this. I have to be wrong. He ain't live streamed up in here in, let's see, November, December, January, February, March. We're talking, no, there's no way. 5 months? What, 5 months and 2 weeks? No, that can't be right. That cannot be right.
Datang untuk sang pangeran, anak-anak kulit.
I don't know why I downloaded it this time. When I downloaded it came out in another language. I always get a kick out of the videos when they do that, because one time it was in German and Umar was talking and it was translated to German. Y'all want me to play it here? I'll let it play. Watch this.
Hitam, tunggu sebentar. Kami datang, sayang, anak-anak kulit hitam, tunggu sebentar. Kami datang, dan aku guru sejarahmu. Aku profesor studi Pan Africanism. Oh ya, karena itu adalah hal paling menarik yang kudengar sepanjang tahun. Kuharap itu bukan laki-laki yang baru saja mengatakan itu. Aku berharap dan berdoa. Aku akan berharap dan berdoa itu bukan laki-laki. Tolong seseorang katakan padaku bahwa itu bukan laki-laki yang mengatakan itu. Kumohon. Kuharap itu seorang saudari. Kau mengirim 10 sen. Dasar jalang.
There was another video, I just saw it. Here it is.
Kalian orang-orang negro sangat lemah. Kalian mengeluh tentang segalanya, menangis tentang segalanya.
Yeah, it sounded like Tagalog too. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Because I was hearing like Malaysia, but then I could hear that the Tagalog a little bit. The pish, you know, the pish.
Orang menaruh tisu di toilet, bahkan tidak menyiramnya. Kontraktor
Oh, I'm sorry.
datang
Oh, man. This was crazy. And then here's another video. So that video is from October 13th of 2025. Dang, is that the last time Umar was up in there? I'm going to have to look and see. But I want to show one other thing, too, with the small gym. Remember how Umar had it all cleared out and he had buffed the floor? Well, this video is from October 1st of 2025, just last year. Yeah, someone says it's not Tagalog. Yeah, you would know, but it sounds like it could be from somewhere in that area. It just sounds like it to me. All right, you guys remember this video right here? Yeah, shout out to the Filipino Africans. Right on.
Peace and Pan Africanism. Peace and Pan Africanism. Peace and Pan Africanism. Peace and Pan Africanism. Peace and Pan Africanism, peace and Pan Africanism. This is your big brother, Dr. Umar Ifatunde Oguntade. Coming.
See this? This used to be completely cleared out. And in 2025, look at it.
To you live and direct from the John Jacques Dessalines Prophet Nat Turner Gymnasium, brothers and sisters. Oh, yes. I want to say good Garby Day to my continental Africans, my South Africans, my Nigerian Africans, my Togolese, my Eritrean, my Ethiopian, my...
It's the kicking spot. He just be kicked. But look at, let's go back to 2021 again. 4 years before this. This is 4 years and 4 months before that video. Look. And then here we are in 2025. Just like the large gym. Remember the large gym? I showed it. And then I showed the version of it from 2025. Well, same thing here.
Angolan Africans, my Mozambique.
Yeah, it sure did.
All of my Africans, brothers and sisters, my Gambia, my Zambia, Madagascar Africans.
Yeah, you see the buckled floor right behind us.
We at the FDMG. Peace and Pan-Africanism to my Caribbean Africans, my Jamaicans and my Haitians and my Bayesians.
There goes some trash bins. Evidently, he don't use
Bermudians, St. Croix, St. Thomas.
Them trash bins over there?
St. Kitts, St. John, St. Lucia, St. Martin. My South American Africans, my Central American Africans, my...
And there go, you see behind his head, there's like an old school exercise bike. He got that from that storage space that he finally got open. He had a locksmith open it up, and that's where all that paint was, where he painted the outside of the building with. That I guess you can call it, it's old, but that bike, exercise bike, that's where he got that from.
Canadian Africans, my European Arabi, my...
Yeah, he be having music playing because he just kicking it.
Brothers and sisters. Oh, yes.
It's amazing that people fell for this shit. Look at this. Then he go outside. He ain't got nothing else to do. And he go back in.
Kings with their queens. Queens looking for kings. Kings looking for queens. Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. Where the school at? I'm going to get some T-shirts made. They're going to say, where the school at? I'm going to get some T-shirts made, brothers and
There's
sisters.
still no school.
The T-shirts are going to say, where the school at?
There is no school.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. We not playing with y'all.
He just kicking it.
John Jacques Dessalines, Nat Turner Gymnasium. We're going to get this floor shined up again. We not playing with y'all.
For what?
We not playing no games around here. You either building institutions or you wasting people time. You either building institutions or you wasting people time. It's King Kongalicious right now. It's King Kongalicious right now. It's King Kongalicious right now, brothers and sisters.
I'm trying to find this video. If he was
it's King Kongalicious
inside, but it's only the toilet video. That's the only one I'm seeing. Is that really the last time that Umar was up in there? That's crazy. Let me look under 2026 right quick again. Yeah, no, he just outside.
Who coming to First Fridays at FDMG, the first Friday of every month for all RBG Pan Africanists?
See, it's all kicking spot. Again, I thought that it was, so this poll question is wrong, y'all. So let me close that out. Thanks everyone who voted. From what I see, Umar has not been inside of these abandoned buildings since October of 2025. November, December, January, February, March. Yeah, it's been about 5 months since the last time he live streamed in there, based upon what I just looked at. It's crazy. So people can ask the question, why is he inside now? He's in because he need money. He's in there. He was in there yesterday. I'll play the video. We're almost there.
Oh, yes. For all RBG Pan Africanists.
Did he walk past that room? Because there's this one part where he walks past one of the rooms and you can see stuff is stacked up inside of the, and this is crazy. Look at this. Yeah, there we go. It's stacked up halfway, a little over halfway, just piled up in there.
We're not playing with y'all.
That looked like a mattress, a dirty mattress right there. Hit the one.
Ah!
See, we're not right there. It looks like a mattress. I could be wrong. Box spring, old one. Well, it's filthy.
John Jacques Dessalines, Nat Turner Gymnasium. We're going to get this floor shined up again. We not playing with.
Why would you do it again when you did it back in 2021? Anyway, let's move on. Let's take a quick break.
Baby mamas, no home and no vehicle, but he spends donation money on hotels and rentals while there's no school after a decade. The ideas and move forward together.
Damn you, Lenon!
Wow.
Meet Grifty Tiffany, the newest drop from the King Kong Consciousness line. 2 hairstyles, knee-high combat boots, and a shirt that loves Umar almost as much as she loves speaking her mind.
Let me tell you something, sister. These haters been working overtime on my downfall, and I'm still here, sharper than a brand new edge up. They whisper their little conspiracies, but I see the strings, I see the puppet masters, and I pull receipts.
Grifty Tiffany, part of the King Kong Consciousness line. Other dolls and playsets sold.
Introducing King Kong Consciousness, the doll with wisdom and a whole lot of style.
He speaks 3 iconic quotes. Hit the CashApp. FDMG is coming next year. We're the butter pecan queen.
With a phone gin bottle.
He even comes with a bunny and zebra cake.
Introducing the LenonHonor talking figure, your very own pint-sized stream host.
Hit the 1.
Press the button and hear 3 classic sayings.
What kind of man? Cookie Crush Chat is undefeated.
Each figure comes with a desk, chair, CCC sign, streaming computer, and a cup of applesauce.
It's LenonHonor Brother Jose action figure part.
Why you got me looking like that though? Damn, come on, man. High water pants. Damn. I've accepted my nerdism, y'all. Real talk. I am. Like, it's okay because I'm sexy with mine. And when I think about it, it's true because I've always been into computers and tech and sci-fi and I like looking at stats. I'm not good at math or anything like that, but I like looking at statistics and comparing, I have this Star Trek clock thing too. I need to put it on the wall. I could put it right there. Yeah, but I want to put it somewhere where you guys could see it.
Here, CCC sign, streaming computer, and a cup of applesauce.
It's LenonHonor Brother Jose action figure, part of the Cookie Crush line.
Dressed
Dressed to keep it cool in his
Coco.
poncho, sombrero, and shades, he's ready for any call.
Sí, señor. ¿Cómo está? No problema. When do you want me to come?
Each figure comes with his own cell phone and mini HVAC.
Start your day the conscious way with Dr. Umar's Conscious Crunch, the only cereal fortified with Black history and 0.
I repeat, 0. Snow Bunny marshmallow.
Each bite gives you the strength to resist your
Umar action doll with real kung fu grip. Whoa. Black queens forever. Snow bunnies never. Comes with the FDMG mystery building. Will it open? Will it stay closed?
Oh, this is from Black Mario. My bad. This is Black Mario. Black Mario be sending me stuff and Kogo be sending me stuff.
Find out. Forget what you heard. I got something sweeter than gossip and twice as righteous. Family, behold the breakfast blessing. Dr. Umar's brand new scameos. Honey kissed those so golden they could pay tuition. And every spoonful whispers one sacred command. Hit that PayPal. You hear the crunch, you feel the conviction. And look here inside every box, a paintbrush, family. Because liberation is a masterpiece we all got to help.
It's time to.
Okay, we're going to come back. We'll play a little bit more of this later. All right, shout out to Black Mario. Okay, let's get back on track. I don't know what this video is right here. Hold on a second. Oh yeah, this is when what's the brother's name? I can't remember his name right now. Slipped my mind. He stay out here, and he asked them if they were working for FDMG, and I think there's audio. Let me see. See, Umar was trying to act like they were up here working on FDMG. And he called it, what did he say was called the trust the process, as if this was part of the process. It had nothing to do with FDMG.
They working on this shit, but they working on the road, so don't even let that nigga lie to y'all.
This is the homie right here. I ain't seen him in a long time. Shout out to him.
They are not working on doing no work on the school. Do not let him send y'all no video talking about they doing work on the school. Don't even try it. I'm gonna make sure and confirm it right now for y'all. Hey, how you doing? You doing work on the ground? Oh, hey, is this for the school? Nah, right?
See that? He said, nah.
All right, because you know there's this guy, he's like scamming the community. So he might try to tell people that this work is for the school.
Wow, man. Umar be lying all. Yeah, Dr. J. Kelly. Shout out to Dr. J. Kelly. He's an OG. I ain't seen him in a long time, no. He's an OG in all this. But you see that? The worker said, nah, I ain't got nothing to do with FDMG, but Umar sure did post it up like it has something to do with it. He's such a liar, scammer.
So it's for Delmarva, right? Yeah. All right. Thank you so much.
It was Delmarva Power.
Like I said, it's for Delmarva Power. It is not for the school. So don't let that nigga lie.
All right. There you have it. Okay. Let me get caught up on all these super chats, and then I got to do these quick because I was supposed to do an hour and a half show. We're already almost 2 hours in. We almost got 1,400 people in the building. We reached our goal for 500. Let's go for 600 likes. Okay, thanks again, Miss Lisa. He's always showing the gym, never make an effort to set up classrooms to show they are prepared with desk and other. Yeah, never. What's up, Galer Moore? Anyway, blessings to you. Ain't seen you in a while. Hope you're doing all right. Thank you for the super chat. He's another OG. He's been around a long time, too. Louis Suck says, I've heard Sharon got him started on the powder. Yeah, I heard that, too. I don't know if it's true, though. I mean, the thing is, these days, I have to go based upon straight receipts. You know, there's people who said a lot of, but I do know because I've seen the receipt where Umar worked. Someone sent it to me today. Shout out to them, the excellent research. I've been looking for this receipt for a long time. Umar, he did work at Premier Charter School as a principal, but for a very short period of time, matter of months. And they had a high turnover rate for principals, but the Moyer Academy had a high turnover rate for principals too. Yep, that'll be in the document. They have the video that shows that. It's actually interesting when you listen to it. But she worked there back then. That's why Umar, that's in, where is that? I just slipped my mind again. Anyway, she worked there, and it was a whole big thing, Umar and his involvement and stuff. Yeah, he's a big mess. Thanks, Will Suck. D. Will says someone else will always come along, but they won't be as near as entertaining as Umar. I totally agree with this. There's no one as entertaining as Umar. He's hilarious. So if you compare him to Polite wasn't funny. He wasn't hilarious. Okay, deviant, yeah, but he wasn't funny. Scammer, yeah. Okay. Jay Morrison, he wasn't funny either. Deviant, yeah. Criminal, yeah. What's the guy? Nature Boy. He wasn't funny. Deviant, yeah. Cult leader, yeah. He had an actual cult. Umar is more of a virtual cult, but Nature Boy had an actual fully functional cult. None of those people compare to Umar. Umar's hilarious. He don't even mean to be. He's still a scammer. He's still a liar. He's still a deviant. Yeah, but he's funny. He's entertaining. That's straight up. Yeah. Thank you, D. Will. Umar Johnson want the court to look like his. Well, we're not going to. Thank you. What's up, Enterprise? It's funny how he goes up there, same hallway on camera. We're going to get in that in just a moment. Only after my video surfaced on multiple channels. Can't wait to catch him up there. Yeah, the thing is that Umar, he's painting himself into a box. See, he can't say that renovations are complete and he knows that they're not complete. He can't say that because your videos alone prove that they're not complete. Because if you're going to look at the video evidence shows that from the exterior, renovations are not complete. So what Umar does is that when he the last time he was actually in there, wait a minute. Yeah, but was that before? That was after. Yeah, that was after the toilet video. He was up in there. So I gotta get that right, everyone. So scratch what I said earlier. I gotta figure out when was the last time Umar was actually, because he was up there, and what he did was he only showed 3 classrooms. That was it. That had to have been in January. So that the initial poll question was correct. Okay. The point I want to make about that poll question was, when was the last time Umar Johnson live streamed from inside? And the last time was about 6 weeks ago. About a month and a half ago, if memory serves me correctly. Now I forgot what the poll question was. But yeah, what he did in that video was he just showed, he walked through 3 classrooms, and that was it. He does it real quick because he can't go through the whole building, because he'll know, people gonna know right away the renovations are complete. So now what he's trying to do is make it appear as if renovations are complete. So he's up there now trying to get stuff done, but it's all because he lied because see, if Umar can pass this off as if renovations are actually complete, then he's going to be able to get more money out of people. So even if over the next 6 months he gets 2 more rooms done, then he'll show those 2 more rooms as if renovations have been done since January of 2026, even though he said that they were done back in 2023. But at this point, yeah, he could only show on camera the hallway, and he walked through 3 classrooms real quick too. And you could tell he's trying to make sure the camera doesn't see anything else. Yep. Shout out to Enterprise. Thank you for the super chat as well. Umar Johnson won his girls volleyball. Fly cleaning chick sent in a super sticker. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Oh, is it? I'm sorry. I apologize. Fly cleansing chick. Thank you for the super sticker. And also, there are people who sent me cash apps, and I apologize. I tend not to even look on my cash app. I won't say their names, but you know who you are, and I want to thank you for your support. Okay, I appreciate it. And that's for everyone who sent in cash apps. Okay, thank you again for the super sticker. I appreciate it. Fly cleansing chick. The Heat turn downers. Yeah, that'd be one of the basketball teams. I think that's too much, though, right? Yeah, because then the parents are asking, "Why does the Heat turn? What does that mean? Turn the Heat down." Okay, thanks, Derek. Fi Taylor says, "Peace, member. Peace to you. Thank you so much for tuning on in, and thank you for the super chat as well. Okay, much peace and love to everybody. All right." Thoughtful Thread says, "Most of us have dreams, businesses, and projects too, and we still work for them and fund them on our own. Umar is not special. He needs to get a job." Yeah. The irony, though, is, and it's not even irony. It's tragic in a sense. I don't want to overstate it, but it's tragic because it's not going to happen. Umar is not going to open up a fully functional accredited school. He had a dream, and that's fine, but he also has no skin in the game. So he's collected millions of dollars and nothing to show for it because not one black child has been educated, and it's never going to happen. That's the tragedy of it all. See, even with my current document I'm working on, I've spent more time on the documentary than I have live streaming over the last year and a half. And I was trying to have it be done by the middle of next year, so it's almost a year late. And I still got a whole lot to go. I haven't asked for a dime, though, and I work on it whenever I have the time, and I do the research whenever I have the time, because my dream is to have the documentary done and to have a full-fledged documentary on Umar. But I work at it whenever I have time. See, we can't say that and the difference is I didn't collect no money for it. Umar's collected millions of dollars. See, his whole commitment should be and should have been, and we're in 2026 now. But since 2019, we're not counting all the other years prior to that, he received his first donation in the form of land based upon his own words and his own posts back in 2012. He said the school's going to open September 11, 2013. He said that in 2010, January of 2010. 16 years ago, over 16 years ago. The difference is he's collected millions of dollars, and what he should have done is he should have from day one been up there every single day, working, making it happen. So there's nothing wrong with having dreams, or you want to run a business or a project. I have all types of projects that I want to do. I have a whole series of skits that I've put together that I just haven't had time to I got to upgrade my video recording equipment though too, but I haven't had time to put together. But that's the next thing for me. And I've been talking about it for years, but I just have not had the time. But for the project that I'm working on with the documentary on Umar, I work at it and I put in a gang of time. It's incredible amount of research that I put into it. But we can't say that with Umar. Not only does he, it's not that he's funding it himself, he's received millions of dollars, and what does he have to show for it? Nothing. What about his shockumentary? He raised money for that. It was supposed to premiere in the fall of 2014. That was a project. It was a scam. It still doesn't exist. See, Tariq Nasheed raised a gang of money for, I think it's Hidden Color 6, but I would think that Hidden Color 6 is actually going to happen because he has a track record. Okay, people criticize him for his business model. Okay, I understand that. But in terms of something actual coming into fruition, see, that's a big difference with Umar. I'll give him some grace. 99% of the stuff that he says he's going to do, he doesn't do. But he still collects the money. Okay, and again, it's nothing wrong with having a dream. It's nothing wrong with to run a business. I've ran several businesses in the past, failed businesses too. Should have let them go a lot sooner than I did. Okay, hindsight is 20/20. But with Umar, he has nothing to show for it, but he still continues to collect money. Thank you, thoughtful trust. And see, the thing is that what Umar could also do, even if he didn't want to get a job, well, he didn't want to get a job. But let's say that if he ran a legitimate business, okay, but he doesn't run a legitimate business. He's a scammer. At least do that or try. And he could. There's all kinds of things he can do using social media to generate crazy income, and he wouldn't have to be out here scamming and looking goofy up these trap bandos. But it takes work. It takes commitment. It takes focus, and he doesn't have any of those things. It takes organization skills. He doesn't have any of that. All right. Thanks, Thought for Threads. YouTube5 says FDMG grass looks as luscious as Lenon's hair. Well, at least it looks fine though. Like once it starts warming up, but yeah, it looks bad, especially in that area he calls a park, the FDMG Park area. It looks horrible over there. That's another thing he should have. Anyway, I go on and on. That's stuff that should have been taken care of back in 2019. Thank you, YouTube5. CJ says Umar is low key doing us all a favor. Anyone who would have him as a leader or lover is probably someone you don't need in your life. Well, I can say this, that I wouldn't want Umar nowhere near anyone that I cared about. I can say that. I think he's twisted. I think that mentally he's so out there that he's a sociopath. I think he could be dangerous to people. I think. Okay, I wouldn't be surprised if he hasn't already been. Okay, he's a sociopath. So historically speaking, there are people who have had interaction with Umar, but at a certain point they realize what his true character is. He has issues with narcissism, narcissistic personality traits. He's clear to me. So I think he's borderline psychopath. So you have to be a sociopath at the bare minimum to scam Black people out of millions of dollars and don't have any emotion about it. No sympathy or empathy for the people that he's scammed, the people that he's betrayed, the people whose trust he's betrayed, the people that he's lied to. That's another thing, to just lie like this and have no remorse for it. It correlates to psychopathy, but it also correlates to narcissism. So yeah, I wouldn't want anyone that I care about around Umar. Even animals. I wouldn't even want animals around Umar. You know, it's fascinating because Umar says things like, yeah, we're going to have a FDMG farm and all this stuff, but this is just stuff that he wanted when he was a child. But he's still like a child, so he still wants it. And he just frames it within the scope of FDMG, but I wouldn't even want animals around this guy. Thanks, CJ. Fading Star says, Umar Johnson's monthly plans, $10 for bronze, $25 for silver, $50 for gold, $100 for platinum, $500 for diamond. What level of a scam is this? I've never figured this one out, Fading Stars. Even when Umar first proposed it, I never could understand this. Because in my mind, if you're going to be sending $10 a month, $25 a month, $50 a month, $100 a month, or $500 a month, or even more than that, whatever, you have to ask yourself, how do I benefit from that? So what's the benefit of being a loyal donor? I've never, is anyone in the chat room, can you give me, what's the benefit? You get to go up there and paint for free? Because that's what he said. He said, you can't come and paint for me for free unless you're a loyal donor. And let's look at this right quick. Okay, real quick. A $10 of bronze, that's what is it? $1,200 a year, right? Excuse me, $120 a year. Okay, not a lot of money, but still, what do you benefit? How do you benefit from that, right? 25 times 12, that's $300 a year. Okay, it's not a whole lot. But what do you benefit by giving up $300 a year? What's the benefit to you or to your family? $50 a month, that's $600 a year. Okay, but for what exactly? Okay, 100 obviously gets to $1,200. I don't see why anybody would want to pay $1,200 to be a member of something you get no benefit from. I haven't figured it out. Yeah, this is every month, Erica. Yeah, Fi Taylor says, I have no idea. This is something I never could figure out. Yeah, it could be just charity, but I mean, okay, yeah. Okay, maybe it's just charity, but then for charity means that someone benefits, right? Someone's got to benefit. What, Umar, I guess? I don't know. And then $500 for the diamond level. Umar said diamond. That's $6,000 a month. Excuse me, $6,000 a year. Why would you take $6,000 a year and just hand it over to Umar, even if it is just for charity, and there's no benefit to you? And clearly it's not benefiting black boys or black girls or black children. You can take that $6,000 and just save $6,000 a year and do that, well, I don't know, for 5 years, you get close to a down payment on a home. Close. Nowadays, shit, right? You can take that and put it into a college fund for your child and do that every single year for the next decade. Or max out your 401k plan. I don't know. Listen, I don't know, Fading. This is something I've never figured out. And to this day, I don't have an answer for it. I still don't. Thank you, Fading Stars, for the super chat. What's up, Naeem? Naeem says, you know what happened in the gym, Lenore? It was sabotage, and it was probably you. No, I ain't done no sabotage. I ain't never been up there. I ain't gonna never go up there. That's crossing boundaries. I don't believe in that. That gym looked horrible. And the truth be told, both of them look horrible. And Umar, you know, that's one of his favorite words, sabotage. So what happened, Umar? Sabotage. Umar, you got a flat tire. What happened? Sabotage. No, it's not sabotage. He never holds himself accountable, so he blames people. And he said, I hacked his bank account one time. First of all, I wouldn't do that in the first place because it's illegal, and I abide by the law. But second of all, even if I decided to attempt to do something like that, or if I knew that I would be successful, I wouldn't do it anyway. But I wouldn't. Why would I try to go after a bum's bank account? That's crazy. Hackers ain't going after bums' bank accounts. I don't mean to be like that, but they ain't trying to hack no bum account. They took people got some money because it got to be worth it, the risk involved in it if you're gonna put yourself in that situation. What you gonna try to hack a bum's account? That's like you gonna rob a place. You go into a bum's tent. Why would you? Let me stop. I shouldn't do that. That's too far. All right. Listen, I should have did that. I apologize. That's you, Naeem. You're sabotaging me. Okay. Thank you for being a member of 57 Bones. James says after court, he was inside. He had all black on. After court? Okay, but I don't know what that was, though, James. I was looking through. I couldn't see it. Yeah, I'll have to look at it another time because I looked through that a couple of times already. I just could not find the video. All right, thanks, James. All right. What's up, Big Man says, my Bernstein Bear Africans. Yeah, shout out to the Bernstein Bear Africans. Okay. Well, they're trying to get the honey. All right. Shout out to Big Man. Thank you for tuning in, bro. Good to see you. And thank you for the super chat as well. Thanks, James. I got to do these other ones real quick, y'all, because we got to get going. I told myself we're going to be here for an hour and a half. How's it going, Kara says, I heard if you buy an FDMG pillow, you get a We're the School at t-shirt and a Shango. What in the world? A Shango shake. It's 2 for $99. It's the game. Okay. Man, them pillows was crazy. Let me see if I can pull up one of them pillows. I don't mean to be petty. Umar was slanging pillows, y'all, as far back as 2017. Why had it 2017? Is that right? Hold on 1 second. That can't be right. That has to be a typo on my part. I thought it was later than that. Let me see. No, it's dang. He was selling pillows back in 2017. Same thing when Umar's daddy came out and made that post about them not being related. I actually thought that was later on in the timeline. But here you go. This from 2019 right here. The return of the FDMG. Yeah, that makes sense because he's saying the return of them. This is 2019. The return of the FDMG pillows this spring. Restoration fund donations. Restoration is renovations. All right, so this is from February 15th of 2019. This is shortly after he acquired these trap bandos. So he's bringing them back. But if we go back to November 24th of 2017, get your FDMG pillow today. And as always, can anyone see an issue with these pillows? Anyone at all? Let me know in the chat room. Thank you guys again. We're at 579 likes. Our goal now is 600. So we're very close. Very, very close. 21 more likes to get to 600. Okay. Yeah, Estevades. It says FMDG. How's it going, Southern Happiness? Thank you so much for being here. So one of the pillows says FDMG, Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey. The other one says FMDG, Frederick Marcus Douglass Garvey. Right. So again, this is what we're dealing with here. How's it going, Laurie? Thank you. Yeah, he was slanging in pillows, trying to get that money up. I don't know what FMDG is. All right. Anyway. What's up, Laurie? Okay, let's get going. A couple more super chats here, and thanks, Kiara, for the super chat as well. How's the Tiffany Taffany says, nah, FDMG, yeah, nah. Okay, FMDG, nah. Okay. All right, thank you, Tiffany Taffany. Lenon, you need to make what kind of man shirts? Yeah, there's people who told me I should do merch, and I would do very well with merch. I've been blessed here on YouTube, and I don't want to be it's business, but I don't want to come off as being greedy. You guys really had the Cook Chat and then my views too, AdSense. I can't complain, and I do this part-time. So yeah, people been asking me to do, because I could do Cookie Crush chat, hoodies and mugs. I should at least do mugs. I like to drink tea because that'd be cool while I'm sitting on the show and I could be sipping on stuff. But I just the Lord give, Lord taketh. I want to be careful about that. But it would be very profitable, I'm sure. Yeah, thank you, girls, Cake and Cookies. I appreciate super chat. That's the other thing. Like there's things that I could have done here on YouTube, but my focus is on Umar. But it would have been very profitable. But the way they look at it is, like I've been saying it. You got to stay humble, have the spirit of appreciation, and be appreciative for how you're already being blessed. and then recognize that the Lord giveth and the Lord taketh. And if you overstep boundaries, or let's say if you get to the point where you start to be greedy, and I don't want to do that. I know it probably don't make sense, but I don't want to do that. I want to be thankful for what I have and what I've been blessed with, you know. Anyway, thank you, Girls, Cake, and Cookies for the super chat. I appreciate it. What's his name told me to do that too. Rest in peace, Marion Darren. He was encouraging me to do that back in the day. He's the one that told me to monetize here on YouTube, and he was right. I didn't want to do it, but I did it. Thanks, Girls, Cake, and Cookies. D Stack says, shout out to my Caucasian Africans. Umar has said his London Africans and, you know, I guess European Africans, but to Umar, it doesn't matter. Let me be clear about something. The reason why Umar does the roll call is because he wants people to feel as if they're part of his, I don't even know what to call it, his cause, his mission, maybe mission. So the idea is he wants to reference, because he didn't used to do that, but he wants to reference, he wants to expand, because if he's telling people over in Europe that they're African, and then he's a Pan Africanist, and then he's telling people here in the United States of America that they're African, and he's a Pan Africanist, and then he's, you know, Chinese Africans, whatever, you know, you just throw anything out there. It's more inclusive, even though he's a separatist, he's a segregationist. It's more inclusive, but that maximizes on the probability of people who, let's say, are in Asia sending him some money, or people who are, you know, in Europe sending him money, because he's calling them London Africans or Windshire African, whatever, you know, because there are a lot of shires over there. But that's why he does that. He does the roll call, right? And if you might as well throw on Caucasian African, according to Umar, anything to get money. Thanks, D Stacks. How's it going, Miranda? Miranda says, hey, Lennon Cooker chat, that werewolf takes me out every time. Yeah, it's crazy. I'm going to play a little bit more of that before we get up out of here. Kogo and Black Mar. Yeah. Shout out to Kogo. Shout out to Black Mar. Do fantastic work. I got another episode today of the FDMG cartoon thing. I'm not going to play it today, but I have it. Okay. Thanks, Miranda, for the super chat. What's up, Young Money? Umar has too much pride to work for someone. Yeah, I think that's part of it too. It's he has a sense of entitlement, but also his pride is associated with his ego, and it's over the top. He feels like he's better than everybody else, right? And doing work is beneath him. He'll give people orders, you know, he'll tell them to do this and do that. See, that's why Umar, he'll get online and he'll say stuff like, I need you guys to find me where a place to eat. Okay, why don't you get on Google and do it yourself, lazy? He spent all the time on the phone anyway, right? Why don't you go on there? But that's Umar. It's like a sense of entitlement. It's tied to his ego. It's tied to his pride. That's one of his biggest issues. I was wondering why this thing ain't. I think I need to change the batteries out. But yeah, that's one of Umar's biggest issues. That pride it's over the top, and his ego. And then what's crazy is he doesn't even see his own reality for what it is. That's why he's so prideful. No humility whatsoever. Yeah, I think the reason why this is, let me see, because you can brighten it. No, it's just the batteries are low. Yeah, I'm gonna switch these batteries out. Thanks, Young Money. U225 says, stay giving Lenon his wonton noodle money. My wife, she make it wontons. They'd be good too. Yep. And yeah, we have ramen and stuff. It's part of the Asian side of me. I partake. Okay, I love me some rice. I love me some rice. I love listening to some Orhu. That you know what I'm talking about? Okay. Orhu. Okay, thanks for the 225. Derek says hack-a-bum sounds like it does. Hack-a-bum sounds like a game at the fair. It sure do. Okay. Thanks, Derek. I just realized it's 2026. Still no school. Yeah, it's crazy, Dreezy. It's 2026. Umar said the school's going to open September 11, 2013. And then his film, his documentary was supposed to premiere fall of 2014. Still no documentary. He collected money for both. Still no. And he was collecting pre-orders for Sisters Only's book. It was called The Rules of Romance. It's another scam. He got a gang of them. Where's that book at? Doesn't exist. Where's the documentary? Doesn't exist. Where's the school? It don't exist. The trap bandos. 2026. Thank you, Dreezy. What's up, TJ? Again, said he had misspelled pillows. Yeah, it's crazy. And see, this is what I mean by something's wrong. Because why would you post it? Because he posted it on his Facebook and Instagram. I think he posted on his Facebook. I can't remember if he posted on his Instagram page. Why would you post that? Because the thing is, wouldn't you see that with if you have 6 degrees, wouldn't you notice that? Why would you post it? Same thing. People's like, well, Umar says that he wants to cuddle with the boys. He probably meant to say huddle. Okay, well, if that's the case, why did he post it? Why did he release that to the public? Why didn't he edit that out? Same thing when Umar was doing the video where he's walking around giving like a promo video about the school, and he stops the cameraman and he starts fidgeting. He goes and starts fidgeting with a rock like a dope fiend. That's dope fiend behavior. Trying to see what it is. It's a little white rock on the steps. But they're filming this promo video. Well, why didn't you edit that out? See, something's not right with Umar. Stuff doesn't register like it should. And the pillows are an excellent example of it. Why not just post one of the pillows? I don't get it. And maybe someone else took the picture and sent it to him. Okay, well, crop the other one out. See, it's just like there's something missing. It's like there's no sense of excellence about anything. Everything is like laziness, no focus, no sense of having. It's crazy because Umar, he's such a prideful person, but when it comes to producing, he's not prideful. He just throw any shit out there for people. That's crazy. I don't get that. See, he's prideful about himself. I got 6 degrees. I'm the most requested scholar. I'm King Kong. I'm Prince of Pan African. I'm Papa Niana, Il Nana, all this. About himself, he's prideful. That's the narcissism. But he ain't got no pride when it comes to what he produces. Look at these trap bandos. Misspelled pillow. That's crazy. Thank you, TJ. UG Device says, Umar Johnson's family says FMDG fine. No. All right. Burt Reynolds. What's your name? Burt Reynolds. Shout out to Burt Reynolds, rest in peace. Sounds like you salty. Dr. Umar knows that you. All right. Okay. Okay, Burt. And what does that mean, Burt? What truth are you talking about? Okay. I love you anyway, Burt. All right. Shout out to Burt. I can't get mad at y'all. Hey, listen, you believe in Umar, you believe what you want to. Okay? That's your business. I'll tell the truth. I have receipts. Okay. That's funny though. Oh, it looks like this thing has a I didn't even notice that. I could plug it into the wall, but I prefer to just put batteries in it because therefore I can put it wherever I want, as it were. Now it's lighting up properly. Yeah, I need to put some new batteries in there. See, that's the nerd coming out in me. The Geek Club. There we go. There we go. You think Umar's the truth? This is the truth right here. Star Trek. Okay. All right, shout out to Burt Reynolds. Thanks for the super chat. College of Natural Health Sciences, FMDG stands for Family Money Definitely Gone. That's a good one. Family Money Definitely Gone. All right, that's a good one. Thank you, College of Natural Health Science, because the main one that people have been saying is FMG Family, the money gone. So yeah, that's perfect. Thank you. Jay Civic says, you take $6K and open an account for your child. That's what I was saying. Instead of Umar Johnson, invest into something that compounds. They would have some cash to retire at 65. Yeah. Or if at some point that, they're 25, 26, 27, they want to buy a home, they could down payment. There you go. So that's something I've never figured out about this Loyal Donors Club. It's beyond me. because it makes no sense. And again, if someone wants to send $5 a month for a year, all right, $10 a month for a year, okay, I guess. All right, even 100, maybe. But when you start to get $500 a month, for what? There's all kinds of stuff you can do with $500 a month. Thanks, JCSU. Your kids will see this. Do you think Umar is trolling his own donors while posting vids like the clutter gym and the toilet debacle? Why post those asking for money for a cost? No, I don't think he's trolling at all. It's like I was saying earlier, your kids will see this. I think that there's something that just doesn't compute in Umar's mind up here. I also think that there's times where he's, what's the word? He's manic. So he may not even be aware of what he's doing or how it appears to other people because he just doesn't have the self-awareness. That's part of what it is. He doesn't have the self-awareness. The clutter in the gym, why even show that? Of course, it's to ask for money. But wouldn't you think up here, let me make it look presentable or let me video record in an area that looks better than this? I just don't think it computes to Umar up here. Again, he's been doing this for such a long time. I also think the sense of entitlement overrides that level of thinking in terms of being self-aware because he's been living like this for decades now, living off of the people. So it may be a part of him because of the sense of entitlement where he doesn't feel like he has to show anything of consequence because he feels like people are going to donate to him anyway. And there are people who still donate to him anyway. Yeah, it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. You do what you want with your money. It's just the truth is you're wasting your money. And if you want to waste your money, that's up to you. The other thing too is the toilet debacle. That's another example because if you listen, Umar was manic. Okay, and there's a point in there where it's almost as if he's talking, but it's like two different people talking. You guys remember that? I was actually disturbed by that when I really listened to what Umar was doing in that video, what he was saying in particular. I want to show that to you guys. Then we'll get to the main video. The toilet video was from 2025. I won't show the parts where he's showing the toilet because that's another part where he starts, he goes by the sink and he starts talking. It almost sounds as if his voice even changes. It's like almost three different people talking. And I was disturbed by that. The toilet video was from 2025. Yeah, I don't know why I'm having, oh, here it is right here. Okay, so it's one of these two. Because there's a shorter version. That's 511 megabytes. Okay, so it has to be this one. Okay, I'm going to skip through. Yeah, first, let me skip through because he starts in the toilet. Okay.
This is crazy. This is crazy.
See, Umar, he hasn't gone back in here. I'm skipping through. I apologize, everyone. I'm skipping through. But it's when he goes back to the sink. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I already skip through it? Yeah, I think it's right here. Because he goes back. Yeah, he goes back to the sink. And then it's almost like he's talking three different people.
We don't need a plumber. The plumbing is fine. We just got to clean. Here we go with the know-it-alls. Know everything, built nothing.
See, he gets very agitated.
Plumbing already been repaired and everything else. Ain't nothing wrong with the plumbing.
Yeah, even look at how all of this is organized. See this? But I mean, it's not organized. That's the point.
Plumbing already been repaired.
See, he doesn't have the coping mechanisms needed to deal with the ADHD. That's what this is.
And everything else. Ain't nothing wrong with the plumbing. I know he had a scrubber.
So he's just floundering around, doesn't know where anything's at. It's kind of sad.
Or a rag. Here we go. Some bleach and some bathroom cleaner. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, yes.
Oh, yes.
I'm gonna show you what we're talking about.
Later. Let me do this.
Yeah, and then he's holding the cell phone with one hand while he's trying to do all this. It just goes to show you no organization. Because really what he should do is just in this case, he could have had that other guy who's walking around doing whatever hold the camera while he's working. Anyway. Boy, there's people in this chat room talking crazy. What in the world?
Okay. Turn that on.
Okay, and this part isn't as bad, so I'll let it play. Again, if it's triggering for anyone, please avert your eyes. I just want to get to this one part.
Yeah. And you're gonna need a rag. One of them rags. The toilet should have a cover on them. I just realized.
Yeah, see, he doesn't know what he's doing. See, these are the moments where I kind of feel bad for him. It's kind of sad. It's like a lost little boy doesn't know, again, little Jermaine, he doesn't know what he's doing, where he's going. He's just kind of floundering around.
Yeah, give me one of these.
Yeah. What is he doing? Doesn't flush, no vents, crazy. Yeah, there's no air ventilation. Right. Again, I didn't show the toilets how they looked with the feces in there and stuff, but clearly it would smell really horribly in there. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Thank you, for TJ.
Black queens forever. Snow bunnies never.
Why would you say that while you're cleaning the toilet? You women don't, you know, maybe that's the new type of romance in 2026. I don't know. I ain't dated since 2001. Is that what it's like these days? Y'all let me know. I don't know. Oh my goodness. James just sent me something. We got a boy, Umar, he's sick. He just posted this. I told y'all something wrong with him. I don't know. I don't know what to say. Sometimes some stuff, you know, we can deal with, but then there's other stuff. I don't know what to say. I'm gonna pull it up in just a little bit. Yeah, he's just spreading feces all over the place, fecal matter, cross-contamination.
We need some messing my toilets up.
Oh, I'm sorry. Avert your eyes if you need to. Yeah, the same rag that he put inside the toilet with the fecal matter, he's using to wipe the... Who does this?
I got to put paint on the toilets, brand new toilets. Wow.
Yeah,
Ain't nothing wrong with me washing toilets. There you go, making a big deal out of nothing again.
Yeah, here it go right here. So someone was asking about watch how Umar goes off. Yeah, it's crazy.
Ain't nothing wrong with me washing toilets. There you go, making a big deal out of nothing again. Dr. Umar washing toilets. That's national.
Okay, watch this. Yeah, he's really like a child that's never cleaned a toilet before. Yeah. Wait a minute, he dipped in the toilets and then wiped the seat. Yeah. And you didn't even see the other part because there was fecal matter in there. And who knows what else. The thing is, Umar went to a military academy. I would think that they taught them how to clean toilets. It would probably have been part of the program. But again, that was Umar when he was in a very regiment type of a situation. Okay, he went to a military academy. His daddy sent him there because his daddy was in the Marines. It was a benefit to go to one of the benefits that was offered to his father as a Marine was he could send his children to this military academy. So out of all the children, altogether, Jamal, I think he had 9. Yeah, 9, because there's 11 altogether. But him in particular, 9. Out of all of his children, from my research, Umar is the only one that was sent away. And Umar was sent away when he was in 9th grade. I've heard him say 10th grade too, but I'll go with 9th grade here because that's what I have on the timeline. But in that type of environment, everything is regimented and cleanliness is important. You know, how you present yourself. And I have old pictures of Umar when he was there at that academy. You can tell he haircut because he was taught how to cut hair. So it's extremely likely that he was taught how to clean toilets, but that was in a regiment situation. You know, he had people, superiors who would keep him in line, keep him on track. In my opinion, what happened with Umar is that once he gets out of that environment, he doesn't have, what is the term? He didn't have the self-discipline. There's another term I can't think of. He didn't have the self-discipline to keep on track with that type of a lifestyle where you're cleanly, you stay clean. You make sure that your clothes are ironed properly. You make sure that your hair is cut properly. And then when he gets into college, and then from that moment on, it just gets worse and worse and worse. He tries to, when he becomes a school principal, a school psychologist, to dress the part. But then the longer and longer it goes, and we've seen this more recently, he just regresses back to like a little child who doesn't know how to clean up, doesn't know how to keep himself clean, his clothes clean, or anything like that. His environment clean. And if he doesn't have someone over him telling him what to do, he just does not know how to live life like an adult. And then, of course, his pride is so great. The narcissism is so great. He wouldn't take guidance from anyone anyway, because he believes that he's the Black Christ and no one can tell him anything. So let me see here. He goes to the Scotland School for Veterans Children in the 8th grade I have here. And then also he said in the 9th grade. I'm going to go with 8th grade. So around the age of 13. And let me go look into my folder for 1987. Okay. Here's his 8th grade graduation at Bieber. And then he shipped away. Okay, and then here is, let me see, it has to be 1988. No, I don't have it there. It's going to be 1989. It's his graduation picture. Here's 1991. But there's one part, yeah, here it is right here. So here is 1992. See that? This is when he graduates from Scotland School, around that time. He was 17, 18 years old. But you can see the difference even here. But that's because he was in an environment where everything was regimented. You could wake up at a certain time, you go to bed at a certain time, you eat at a certain time, you dress a certain way, you keep your bed. Everyone has to keep their bed a certain way, so forth and so on. But that's a stark difference compared to what we see Umar in this video here. You know, where stuff is all over the place, or even from
Pan African
or 2 days ago. Okay, we'll get into this video in just a moment. This is the main video. Here we go.
There's national news. I'm cleaning toilets in the school I'm building. That's a big deal, ain't it? Goofy ass Negroes.
See, he gets upset. I think there's two things. One is that he doesn't want to clean these toilets, and then people are clowning him because he doesn't know how to clean toilets.
Oh, he's washing toilets. He shouldn't be washing toilets. That's a problem. He's washing toilets. Oh my God. Dr. Umar shouldn't be washing toilets. We have to do something. What's wrong with me washing toilets?
See, it's interesting. See the difference in his tone? It's almost like he's having a conversation with himself based upon what people were saying in his chat room.
Didn't Black Jesus say the greatest amongst you shall be your servant?
There he goes.
Didn't Black Jesus say the greatest amongst you shall be your servant? Where my Christian Africans at? Where my Pan-African Christian at? Didn't Jesus say the greatest amongst you? And they complaining. Anything just to have something to talk about. On Sunday, I clean toilets for our children. On Sunday, I clean.
Okay, if you clean toilets on Sundays, why did the toilets look like that in the first place? And avert your eyes, okay? If you guys can't handle it, okay, I'm giving you fair warning. If you do this every single Sunday, then when you come up in here, it wouldn't look like this on any given day. Look at this, or not. Look,
brand new.
See that dookie and stuff that's in there. That stuff has been sitting in there for who knows how long. But he says he's in there every single Sunday. Okay, that's another lie because the toilets wouldn't look like this if he was in there every single Sunday. The bathrooms wouldn't look like this. Okay. Anyway, let's go back to that other part.
Do. That's a big deal, ain't it? Whoop-de-fucking-do.
See this?
Black queens forever. Snow bunnies never.
So he's really upset right here.
I sprayed the handle. That's a big deal to you, ain't it? That's a. Gotta put one of them blue things up in there.
All right, here we go. It gets worse though. Hold on a second.
Okay, we getting there. We getting there. We getting there. We getting there. Had to clean my toilets up. Ain't nobody gonna do it for me but me.
You raised millions of dollars. You didn't have to pay a janitor to do it. Yeah, and I don't mean to be nitpicky, but even him bringing products over like that, it should all be like in a bucket or something to that effect. I can't remember what they call it, a little handle. You just put everything up in there.
I sprayed the handle. That's a big deal to you, ain't it? That's a real big deal. I could tell you don't do shit for the community. Only an idiot to make a big deal out of that. Complete.
Yeah, look at this guy.
Jackass. Complete jackass. Oh, he sprayed the handle. Whoop-de-doo. Whoop-de-doo. That's a big deal, ain't it? Whoop-de-fucking-doo.
What's up, Captain Edward? What's up, Captain Edward? You see I got my what's called right here. Yeah, here we go.
Black queens forever. Snow bunnies never. They got paint on my toilet. They couldn't even make sure they didn't put paint on the toilets. Brand new toilets. Wow. I'm just now realizing this. Y'all got paint on the brand new toilets. Didn't even wipe the paint off. Ain't nothing wrong with me washing toilets. There you go, making a big deal out of nothing again.
And there is nothing wrong with it per se. But again, if you collect millions of dollars, you should have at that point. Yeah, that's in October 12th of 2025. You should have professionals have this stuff cleaned. Another thing though is that the toilet should never have gotten to that point in the first place. See, I hate to say this. What's happening in this scenario is Umar, he shits in there. And he shits, but then he don't flush the toilet because it saves water. Then he blames other people. He says the contractors did that. No. The feces have been sitting in there for who knows how long. See, the point is that it should have never gotten to that point in the first place. Listen, real talk, even if it was these contractors shitting up in there, wouldn't you, I'm just saying anybody, wouldn't you, and for some reason they forget to flush? I don't know why they would, unless there's no water running. That's a possibility too. You just may turn the water, I don't know. But wouldn't you go and flush them toilets? Listen, if I hate to talk like this, but if someone dookies in a bathroom and don't flush and is sitting in there, and then there's multiple toilets they've got boo-boo in there, dookie. You're going to know that at a certain point. Why? Even if you don't go in there, why are you going to know that at a certain point, even if you don't go up in there? Well, because you're going to smell it. And as soon as you smell it, you're going to be like, oh, something's going, And you're going to go up in there, you're going to look in it, you're going to see what's going on, and you're going to flush them toilets. Why didn't Umar flush the toilets then? If it was these black contractors, they're the one that went up in there and dookied all that dookie up in them toilets and didn't flush for some reason. It doesn't even make sense. No, I'm going to tell y'all, Umar was up in there, he was shitting in there. And he decided not to flush the toilets. And then, again, here we go. For some reason, in his mind, he thinks it's a good look to live stream himself cleaning these toilets in that condition. He should have flushed them first, at the very least, not Umar. And then, when people call him out in his chat room, he goes off. What's up, information, man? It don't make no sense, none at all. Yeah, food chill. He too smart to. I don't know. Listen, y'all can't tell. I don't know. Y'all have to figure that out because I can't. I can't figure that out. I'm the opposite. Everything got to be nice and clean. You see me adjusting this, like I was like, how this looks the best if I do it like that. This is the angle. Same thing with the toilet. Okay, they're on my desk. Look, I don't like how it looks right now because I took the batteries out, got batteries right here. It only take about 15 seconds. That's it. We're back to normal. But it gets worse. Watch.
Umar washing toilets. That's national news, huh? That's national news. I'm cleaning toilets in the school I'm building. That's a big deal, ain't it? Goofy ass Negroes.
Oh, he's washing toilets. He shouldn't be washing toilets. That's a problem. He's washing toilets. Oh my God.
Dr. Umar shouldn't be washing toilets. We have to do something. What's wrong with me washing toilets? Didn't Black Jesus say the greatest amongst you shall be your servant? Didn't Black Jesus say the greatest amongst you shall be your servant? Where my Christian Africans?
Listen, Black Jesus wouldn't have his toilet looking like that in the first place, homeboy.
Exactly. Where my Pan African Christian at? Didn't Jesus say the greatest amongst you? And they complaining. Anything just to have something to talk about.
It's crazy. He bringing up Jesus. Listen, cleanliness is. Let me stop. Let's go.
On Sunday, I clean toilets for our children. On Sunday, I clean the toilets in the future school for our children. And on Sunday, you worship white Christ.
There you go.
Who should be talked about? Me or you? Not all my Christians worship white Christ, though. I'm just being sarcastic. Some of my Christian family recognize that Christ was an African. See, they got paint on the toilet. One of my paint day people got paint on the toilet. Brand new.
Okay, womp, 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 womp.
Toilets. They got paint on the toilet, didn't even wipe it off. Same thing in the other toilet. I don't mind cleaning. I have no problem cleaning, brothers and sisters. Somebody dropped paint on the lid. My goodness, what is wrong with you? What is wrong with us? Look at this. Look at this. More paint on. Look at this. You put paint on brand new toilets.
It just goes to show you he's not up in there. I mean, he ain't been up in here. He dookied up in here months ago, and he ain't even noticed this.
Paint on brand new toilets. Didn't even wipe it off. Look at this. Somebody must have been a hater on the paint day team. Somebody must have been a hater on the paint day team. He said it's not clean at all. But yeah, I could tell you ain't got no life. Everything got to get cleaned several times. This is just the first one. I know y'all make a big deal out of it. Y'all can't help yourself. Post-traumatic slavery disease. Do what you got to do. Do what you got to do. I'll do the Clorox on the second round, my sister. This is the first round. Let's just get some of this done right now. This is the first round, that's all. This is the first round. Why am I cleaning the toilet? I'm not even going to answer no dumbass question like that.
Dang, I think this is the part right here. It's just really disturbing.
I'm not even going to answer no dumbass question like that. Why is he cleaning the toilet? That's the dumbest question I heard all day. I swear I need to start giving out special ed evaluations again. I need to start giving out free special ed evaluations. I don't need a scouring pad. I know what I'm doing. Mess my damn bathroom up. Okay. What else I got over here?
Yeah, see him he just doesn't know what he's doing. Just walking back and forth. Wow, what in the world's going on? You guys see that? He just walked back and forth. Oh my God. And we didn't even get to the part I was looking for. Anyway, there's another part where he was going crazy. Kept saying the F word. But I don't want to have to go back through this to find it. Yeah, I'm gonna have that video in the documentary, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna blur out the anyway. Okay. Okay, we got to get to the main video now. Let's see. Okay, this gets back to your kids will see. Thank you so much for being a member for 26 months. Can't troll Lenon. You take a lot. No, I'm used to it. This is Bert. Yeah, Bert, I'm used to it. You know, I've been at this a long time, and I'm not a victim, but I've been through a lot. All kinds of stuff over the years. We keep our children off of the internet as a result. At least our mainly our younger ones, but and then we try to minimize our older ones, but they do what they want. They will want to. But when you've gone through enough, you're not fazed by stuff like you may have been in the past. My whole thing at this point is I have a documentary that needs to be finished, and I have a whole lot of work ahead of me. And my focus remains on Umar, so I don't get distracted. I have to be careful. You got to be focused. And I'm not saying it to be funny because Umar says that, but he has no focus. But you really have to be focused if you're going to finish a project like that. But then also if you're going to build an audience like I've built here on YouTube. If you get caught up in the side quests and then you also get angry at things and all that kind of stuff, you will destroy your YouTube channel. I don't want to do that. I enjoy being here on YouTube. We got 1,350 people up in here at a live stream on a Monday. You know, I've gotten to the point, and I've been here for a while, where the trolling and stuff, because most of the time when people troll, they troll because they want your attention. And if you give it to them, then it justifies them in their trolling. It gives them life. But I always have this thing where it's like, why give? I don't believe that you should give life to the dead. Let them sleep. And if they want to run in circles with the trolling stuff, go on and run in circles. It doesn't make a difference to me because I have enough on my plate in the real world not to be distracted or concerned about stuff that's going on the internet like that. I think there was a time where I was more invested in that, but at this point, I've developed a level of discipline, and I have for a while, and a level of wisdom to know that the focus has to be on Umar, and then providing my audience with what they want. And it's worked out very well for me. So if it's not broke, don't fix it, just improve on it. And so that's why the trolling and stuff, I've had all kinds of stuff. People lying on me and lying on my wife, lying on my kids. And, you know, I mean, I can tell you guys stories for days, but I'm not moved by that. You know, I'm not. The mission will be completed, and I will continue to do focus on Umar, and the documentary is going to be completed because it's a major undertaking. So I ain't got time for all that other stuff. Thank you, Burt Reynolds. So it turns out you're not a troll. Okay. Derek says, FMDG, full drinking mad G. Okay. All right. Thank you. May says, but he swears there's no such thing as ADHD. Yeah, he says that, but he also admits that he struggled with that. He said that he was never diagnosed with it, but he recognizes that that's what he has. In addition to something else, I can't remember what it was. He said ADHD and something else. I can't remember, but it's Umar, he's unwilling to deal with his own reality. And another aspect of this is his father not being in his life had a big impact on him. You know, and it does for most of us. As when we're younger, and it had a big impact on me. But at a certain point, you mature and you age, and then you move beyond that. Okay, I've done that. Like, you know, Umar, you can tell he's still stuck in. Part of it, what I'm getting at here, May, is that part of it is that Umar, he classifies, he says that he has ADHD, but then he classifies ADHD as being ain't no daddy at home disorder. And it's really an outgrowth, or it's a symptom of not having a father in your life to discipline you, to keep you on task, to make sure that you're getting things done. But Umar never had that. So he's saying that the reason, even though he has it, he says that he doesn't have it because it doesn't exist. Well, he says it doesn't exist because in his own mind, what he wants as a child for his father to be in his life and guide him, keep him on track, even at the age of 51, to keep him on task, to give him guidance. Okay, he would reject it, but that's the child in Umar, little Jermaine, his core personality core personality. That's what that personality wants. He's still hung up on that. So in Umar's mind, there's a part of him that believes that his father was in his life, and that's why he doesn't have ADHD. But then he acknowledges that he has ADHD, and ADHD means that ain't no daddy at home disorder. Y'all see the paradox here? But it really has to do with Umar, two things: him unwilling to deal with the fact that he has ADHD, and then the child in him, his core character, his core personality, still yearning for his father to be in his life. While his other personality types, they go against his father because they see his father as a threat to little Jermaine. And I'm gonna leave it right there. It's some deep shit. It really is. It really is. Thank you, Mae Brown. Sister Traveler says, Lenon, businesses may have donated major money too. Yes, he actually in 2019, where he's reading out of these books, where he's written in there people who've donated. I think he does, if memory serves me correctly, he does mention a business or two, or an organization which would be a business. So yeah, that's happened, I'm sure, in the past, and probably still happening in 2026. But for what? I mean, what has really come out of it? Not one black child has been educated. That's a powerful sentence right there. He conceptualized this in 2005. He said before that would be 2004. In 2010, he said the school's going to open September 11, 2013. He did April of 2014. He's talking about the St. Paul's College. 2016, he says that he'll be at 1 million. Then he says that the summer of 2016, he will be at 1 million. Keeps collecting money, gives illusion of progress, looking at different schools all over the country. Some of these buildings were in a state of irrepair. You couldn't repair them. You'd have to demolish them, but he did it anyway because it gives the illusion of progress, and it makes people want to donate because he's looking for a school. In 2019, he settles on these trap bandos in Wilmington, Delaware. Are we to expect that businesses did not donate to Umar? No, they've donated. And then here we are in 2026, and not one black child has been educated. Okay, now that's deep. Thanks, Sister Traveler. What is he doing? Doesn't flush, no vents. Yeah, I mentioned that earlier. I got that one there. Thanks, TJ. Crazy. Miss Honey says, Lenon, I'm not sure why you feel sad for Umar because he wouldn't feel sad for you. Yeah, you're right about that. The thing is, he doesn't feel sadness because he doesn't have empathy. It's he's narcissistic. He doesn't have empathy for others. That's why he can do what he's doing, and he has no remorse whatsoever for anything that none of the harm that he's caused, because he just blamed other people. Acts like wow, I don't get it. I don't see anyone could live like that. I don't see how anyone could be like that. But the human psyche, it's complex, and there's all different types of personality types, if that makes sense. Yeah, he wouldn't feel sad for me, but I do. I feel bad for him sometimes. Okay, it's not often, but sometimes I do. Again, I've shared this with people more recently. I'm what they would call an empath. But for me, I tend to feel when people are suffering or when they're sad, I feel that strongly. Whereas opposed to when people are excited and happy, I don't really feel that strongly. I mean, I feel it, but it's like, okay, big whoop-de-whoop. But when people are suffering, it hits me hard, So yeah, I don't. Umar, we're different in that way, but I do. I feel sad for him sometimes. It's not often, but I do. And when I see him trying to clean toilets, and clearly he doesn't know what he's doing, and he's walking around and fumbling around, he doesn't know no direction, and he's looking for stuff. It's sad to me. He was 51 in that video. It's sad. Anyway, I see your point though, Miss Honey. Okay, fair is fair. He got a drink out the toilet. No, man, that's too far. Thank you for the suggestion. Well, that's too. I don't even want to think of that. TJ says, Lenon, you need a shirt that says "Here he go." Yeah, I could do shirts that say "Here he go." I could do caps that say "Here he go." Caps that say CCC on it. Yeah, maybe one day I will. But I'm thankful for the support that I get here on YouTube, and I don't take it for granted. Okay, thank you so much, TJ. Maybe someday when I expand content, I'll do it then. I've been saying I'm going to do that for years. Hey, this is an issue of time for me. Thank you, TJ. Jason says, hello from South Korea. Shout out to South Korea. He's articulate and clearly intelligent when it comes to explaining his thoughts and analyzing current events. However, that same level of clarity doesn't show up when it comes to executing tasks. You're absolutely right. So I think for Umar, when it comes to theoretically, he has a level of intelligence and he has the gift of gab. But when it comes to practicality, meaning in the real world, substantive, creating, doing, producing, he doesn't have any clarity at all. He has a lack of intelligence. There has to be a term for that. It's like, because there are people who are like savants in certain areas, but then they're totally dysfunctional in society. I don't mean to be crude, but one of the terms of people is he's a functional idiot. Okay, but not functional in the sense of tangible, but functional in the sense of, okay, he can get on Art of Dialogue and run his mouth about celebrity gossip. Or he can come up with conspiracy theories about, what happened to Michael Jackson. And it can sound convincing too, or Prince. Or he can come up with all of these different things that they're going to do at FDMG. So a lot of it sounds nice. It sounds really, really interesting. But in terms of practicality, in terms of production, in terms of turning imagination into reality, Umar, he fails at that over and over and over again, overwhelmingly. So, yeah, I think he has a certain type of intelligence. It's more tied to it's more imaginative. It's tied to the imagination that a child would have. And there's nothing wrong with that, but as an adult, you have to grow and mature to where you have to see things for what they really are, as opposed to him having emotional intelligence he lacks, but also just the intelligence that you would need in order to survive as an adult in everyday society. He doesn't have that. See, that's why Umar's been homeless since 2019. That's why he doesn't have his own vehicle. That's why he's living off of his mama in Section 8 housing, literally living off of her. Right? He memorizes dates very well too. You guys notice that with Umar. He can remember some dates. Yeah, I was in Chicago back on September 18th of 2020. I can't remember where I was yesterday. So I'm exaggerating. I'm just saying dates. Not me. So I just think he has a level of intelligence, but it's very specific, and it's in the real world in certain terms of functionality. He's very lacking. It can't be applied in the real world. He has other underlying issues though too. But the truth is that at the age of 51, okay, he could have developed within himself the ability to produce, the ability to know how to clean toilets, the ability to clean up his room. See, that's what I'm saying. Whatever level of intelligence Umar has, it doesn't translate into the real world, tangible and real, where he can live an orderly, organized life where he's producing things of consequence. I propose that that's one of the reasons why Umar can't even commit to a relationship. He can't build a relationship with a woman. He can't even be a father to his children. All this is tied into this with Umar. See? Yeah. Thanks, Jason. Phi Taylor, peace, my brother. This cat is truly something else. Oh man, yeah, this is from earlier. Yeah, he is. He's something else. He really is. And they're saying cat. That's back there. That cat over, not an actual literal cat. All right. This cat over here is tripping, right? Okay. All right. Okay, thanks, Phi Taylor. Miranda says it's not an issue that he's cleaning the toilet. He's not cleaning properly, right? And it's way more than paint in those bandos. Yeah, in bathrooms. Yeah, I know he worried about the paint, but there's boo-boo all over the place. Yeah, Umar. I think for Umar, for him to have to do that, I think it messed with his pride. But he did it because he wants to give the illusion of that he's working so that people would donate to him. It's a catch-22 with this guy. And then he doesn't know what he's doing, and people call him out. But what does he do when they call him out? He starts to rage. This is one part we didn't get to, where he's really he's tripping. So yeah, it's nothing wrong with cleaning toilets. Is you got to know what you're doing. And the other thing is that why didn't you clean those before you went live? Why did they get to that point in the first place? That's a deeper question. And whose boo-boo is it? Let me stop. Say, Umar, whose boo-boo is it in the first place? As we want. Let me stop. We don't want to know that. All right, thanks, Miranda. Who is it? U225 says contractors are Pookie and Ray Ray. They filthy. Yes, he is. Listen, even the people that they wouldn't do that. You're not going to go use the bathroom like that and not flush unless there's no water running. But if there's no water running, there's not going to be any water up in there. So why would you do that? No, I think that's Umar. He's been listen. I'm not going to say he's living in there. Has he slept up in there a couple of times? Yeah, I'm sure of it over the last 7 years. Listen, Umar sitting up in there. He don't got a home. What is he gonna do? He got to handle that business. Listen, ain't no telling how much money he done spent on to get the Uber, not the Uber. What they call that to get the food? You know what I'm talking about? Ain't no telling how much money he done spent because he ain't. He's sitting in there. He ain't got nothing else to do. He said, "Let me go order me some food." They deliver it to the trap. Yeah, he eat good. Yeah. DoorDash, Esteban. You know, Uber Eats. Uber Eats, DoorDash, Grubhub. Y'all crazy. Uber Eats, DoorDash. So he, and you know, Umar, he liked to eat. That a lot of that donation money done gone to eating. Who ain't no telling. If they ever audited this guy's DoorDash, oh my God. Or his Uber, or as he says, his Uber. Umar calls it Uber. Anyway, they did his DoorDash, his Uber Eats, his Uber, his rental car. Boy, hundreds of thousands of dollars right there since 2012. So Umar be up in there. He ain't got nothing else to do. So he ordered that Uber. I mean, he ordered that DoorDash. They bring it right to the thing. He opened up the door. He grab it, shut the door real quick. You know, Umar. And he get to eat. He be up in them trap bandos eating. And at a certain point, you know what happened. He got to go handle that business. So he go in there, he handle that business. He don't want to flush because either the water's off or he's trying to save money on the water bill and just leave it in there. And we're going to leave it right there. Thank you, Dubai. Umar, like, James, come on now. That's too far. It's probably true. It's probably true, but that's too far, sir. Okay. Boy, that's wow. Thank you, James. Thank you, Dubai. Okay, I'm almost done with these because we gotta get going on this. And the video's short, so we'll be up out of here in about 20 minutes. Jay Civic says, I will admit I'm lazy, but even I know you flush the toilet, then clean the toilet. Yeah. I can't call that. I really can't. Except to say that it just doesn't register with Umar to do those types of things. And it's up here. Just like when he flipped the phone, he showed his living conditions. He was living in filth like a hoarder. It doesn't register. You know, anything that needs to be cleaned, it doesn't register in Umar's mind. And when he flipped the phone when he was in Mama closet, same thing. Why would you even live stream in something like that? I mean, you can go live stream outside. That's a better place to live stream than, you know. But again, it's up here. So, you know, we teach our children at an early age that there's things that you do. Like you go in there, you go use the bathroom, make sure you clean yourself up, right? You flush, you go wash your hands, that kind of stuff. Not with Umar. I have at least 3 videos where Umar, he's live streaming. He goes use the bathroom. You can hear him use the bathroom, and he don't wash his hands. He comes right back to talk, do the live stream. I have 3 videos. You only need to see one to recognize that it's a problem. He's a grown adult, but again, you only have to see one video to recognize it. I have 3 of them. One when he was over in Japan or China or something like that. So yeah, things don't register in Umar's mind, and there's something going on there when it comes to cleanliness that is just not a priority in his life. And I think it's a psychological issue more than anything else. Thanks, Jay Civic. YouTube 5 says maybe he's disassociated because of how gross it is. Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think that Umar, he doesn't see that though. See, normal human beings, we see that and we're like, you know, it's gross. You know, when he flipped the phone, that's for me, because the hoarding thing, I'm the opposite. Everything has to have a place. You know, like if I know that I have to work on something, like if I'm going to be working on a documentary or whatever the case may be, I have to clean up first. And it's not just my desk. The whole around me stuff has to be where it needs to be, because otherwise I'll start working. I'll say, oh, that needs to be cleaned up. And it bothers me. But Umar's the opposite. I don't think it even registers in his own mind to where if things are in disarray, that it needs to be cleaned. I just don't think it's a mental health associated with that. He's a hoarder too, so that's part of it. You know, when we consider these types of things, I know some people may be like, well, it's irrelevant. No, it's relevant because this is someone who's promised to open up a school. How are you going to run a school when you can't even clean a toilet? How are you going to run a school when you can't even clean, when you have an apartment? You've been homeless since 2019. You couldn't even clean one room up. How are you going to run a school when in 2020, you just saw your mama closet and flipped the phone? It's all it's just filthy in there. And then it doesn't register. I mean, it's just something for people to think about. I've been thinking about this more, and thank you, Tutu. I've been thinking about this more and more. I haven't figured it out yet, though. But how is it that tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, maybe even millions at this point of Black people believed and fell for Umar's lies? I haven't been able to figure that out. You would only have to, you can watch one, and I can give you guys a list of 25 videos, and you can watch just one of those videos, and you would just right there, you would know right away that something's not right with Umar. The toilet video is an example. The SETI rant is another example. The Pajama Mama video is another example. I can put together a list of 25, and you would only have to watch one of those 25 videos, and it should register in your mind that Umar is not the one to be supporting or to be even sending money to. Where he flips the phone and he's living in filth like a hoarder. The fish tank rant. When he goes off on his daughter. The video that I uploaded this past Friday, got a gang of views. I was surprised by that, but where Umar's, he's talking as if the school is already open. This is in 2020. And as if there's teachers there and faculty's there. He's in an auditorium and he's at a podium and he's giving the parent orientation, and the parents are in the audience. And all of the fanciful things that he says he's going to do. People listen to that podcast, the Big Papa podcast, and that should be more than enough for anyone to recognize that something ain't right with the guy. And that should be enough for people to say, hey, wait a minute. No. But I can come up with, and we can do a list ourselves and do 25 videos out of the thousands of videos, Umar videos out there. Yeah, his evil vegan baby mama rant where he's sitting in mama closet with the belt, with the WWE belt on. What kind of shit is that? You a grown ass man. This is in 2025, mind you. Anyway, let me stop. See, I haven't figured. I've been thinking about it more because Umar, he literally is batshit crazy, and yet people believe in it. That I don't get that. I just don't. I ain't figured it out yet. Okay. Sister Travis says, my point is he probably raised way more money than even you estimated based on business contributions. Just saying, it's possible. It's possible. Is it likely that he's, because he has to be around $3 million by now. It has to be somewhere around there. Could it be 2.6? Yeah. 2.7? Yeah. But it has to be getting closer to the $3 million range. But if I can say it could be anywhere from 2.6 to 3 million, I could also say 3 million to 3.6. Could it be 4? It could be. It could be. There's no telling. I mean, there's no telling. Again, I can only give you my best estimate based upon my research and Umar Johnson's own words, his IRS filings, that it has to be getting, it has to be, I'll say it this way, it has to be around $3 million by now. Could it be less than it? Yeah. Could it be more than it? Yeah. But it has to be somewhere around there by now. And that's giving Umar grace too. Could it be 5 million? I don't think so. 6 million? I don't think so. Because now you have to look at how could he run through that amount of money? Let's say since 2014, because that's when he says he first started collecting money. I just can't see him. Well, listen, yeah, I can't call it, to be honest with you. I just give you my best estimate. It has to be around $3 million, 2.6 to $3 million, somewhere around there. And again, back in 2016, he said he was going to be at $1 million. Okay, that's a decade ago, almost a decade ago. No, it's a decade ago. Think about that. If he's at $1 million a decade ago and he starts raising, and based upon his own words, he starts raising money in 2014, it's like a year and a half later, he's at $1 million. Well, let's say 2 years later, he's at $1 million. How much y'all think he's raised over the last 12 years? Okay, I'm gonna leave it right there. I'm gonna leave it right there. But you're right, there ain't no telling. It could be way more than what I estimate. I know one thing, he's raised over $1 million. He's telling people he ain't raised $1 million. Or now he's saying I ain't raised that. I never had that amount at the same time. That's not the question. Is he raised $1 million? You ain't raised $1 million? All right. Anyway. Thanks, Sister Trapper. I see your point. What's up, Mr. Controversy? $20 from the bald head brother in South. What's up, Mr. Controversy? All right. Next time, make it 4. Okay. Shout out to you. You already know why I'm here. He always pocket watching me. That's what he do. He's been doing this for years. You know, leave me alone. Thank you for tuning on in too, bro. Appreciate it. And thanks for the super chat. All right, let's get to the main video. Thank you guys. Yeah, he still ain't raised $1 million. Let's get to the main the main video. And it's short. There's 2 of them. I already showed you guys this to start with. Umar posted this yesterday, I believe, or day before yesterday. I can't remember right now. No, this was from 2 days ago. So day before yesterday. Gym floor repair. We are looking for someone who can repair gym floors. Please text. And then responsible and dependable people only. And this proves that Umar Johnson lied about renovations being completed in January of 2026, but he also lied about them being completed back in 2023. You wouldn't be asking for gym floor repair if renovations were completed. Okay, so it's already been proven. All right. Also ran into this picture too right here. This is Sharon right here. It's an old picture from way back in the day. Okay. All right. Let me get these. And real quick before we get into the main video, thanks James for sending me this as well, and everything else too, because most of these live streams wouldn't even have one for James. He lets me know because I don't. I don't even really even go over to Umar's Instagram page. My main focus been on this documentary, but I want you guys to see this. This gives you guys another example of. Again, I don't understand why people believe this guy, why they support him. There's 25 videos we can come up with, and maybe one day we'll do that. But we just sit and I'll get out the word, and we'll just put together 25, and we'll come up with 25 videos. If anyone watch just one of those videos, they should know the truth about Umar. So we have this issue of, why would people be supporting Umar when he's lying? He's a liar. He's a pathological liar, narcissistic personality trait, sociopath, borderline psychopath, in my opinion. And then on top of that, clearly he has some serious mental health issues. Why would you support him? Why would you send him money? And then why would you think that somehow you're going to send your child to him at this fake funky school called FDMG? Well, but look at this right here. Umar just posted this about an hour and a half ago. Dr. Umar, without getting too personal, someone sending him this text allegedly, what are your turnoffs for a woman behind closed doors? Inquiring minds want to know. Papa, Prince of Pan Africanism. All right. Listen, look at Umar's response. He says, a little too personal of a question, but if you insist, a universe that smells cursed. Okay, so he's talking about the woman's vajayjay, that if it smells cursed, then that's a turn off for him. Old, loose, drunk panties. The loosey-goosey. Loosey-goosey refers to the vajayjay that has lost its elasticity, at least for males who's are not, I'm gonna leave it right there. Okay. And so it's not tight enough for the male. Okay? Some of us men, we don't have that particular issue. You guys catch my drift. But for him to be talking like this as a so-called principal of a school, a so-called child psychologist and a school psychologist and a child psychotherapist, list goes on and on, is crazy. And then he puts Harry Belafonte, is dealing with pubic hairs, and then too much cheese between knees. Okay, I don't know what that means exactly. But anyway. I'm gonna leave it. He's sick. I'll leave it right there. Oh, that means high mileage is what he meant? I don't understand that. What does that mean? Too much cheese between, I don't know. Oh, you're talking about the loose, the loosey-goosey part. I don't know. Is that what that means? Yeah, I can't call it. Yeah, I'll say that though. I'll say that he is completely gross. Yep, I'll leave it right there. No way. That's not what he's talking about. Is that what he's talking about? He says references cellulite. I don't know though, Eric from Textbook, because he liked big women. Yeah, I think this is what he's talking about. Yeah, let's move on, y'all. That man, I know. Why post this? Why post it? Let's go. Let's move. Okay, because he's sick. Yeah. Okay, let's get to the main video. Before we do it, just to lighten it up, because that right there, boy, well, I tell you, here we go.
Time to fix up some fun with my first FDMG Fixer-Upper School from Play School. Paint on fresh colors, pop out the removable HVAC, and clean up with real-looking trash and litter pieces. Build it. Introducing the Prince of Panhandlism Deluxe Talking Figure. Style, swagger, and plenty of game. With phone, gin bottle, plush bunny, and zebra cakes included.
Hit the Cash App. FDMG is coming next year.
Introducing King Kong Consciousness, the live streaming action doll.
Hit the PayPal.
With a phone, wrestling belt, and sack of potatoes, he's ready to broadcast from mom's closet.
FDMG renovations are finished.
Pose him, stream him, collect him.
Where my butter pecan queen?
Sunday.
Where are my almond butter queens? Oh, yes. The contractor didn't flush.
Toilet Tunday comes with 3 iconic phrases and bathroom-ready accessories. Get yours today while supplies last.
Straight from mom's closet, it's the King Kong Consciousness doll. Full beard, dashiki drip, and
Kogo did this.
always live. Hit the PayPal. FDMG renovations are finished. Where my butter pecan queen? Comes with streaming phone, championship belt, and eat straight from mom's closet. It's the King Kong Consciousness doll. Full beard, dashiki drip, and always live. Hit the PayPal. FDMG renovations are finished. Where my butter pecan queen? Comes with streaming phone, championship belt, and Pastor B, suit up in faith with a tailored preacher's robe, bright yellow tie, and shiny dress shoes. Press the sermon button to hear his signature lines. An ugly trap. Each figure comes with a podium and a pack of Twizzlers because every sermon needs a sweet finish.
Introducing King Kong Consciousness, the live streaming action doll.
Hit the PayPal.
With a phone, wrestling belt, and sack of potatoes, he's ready to broadcast from mom's closet.
FDMG renovations are finished.
Pose him, stream him, collect him.
Where my butter pecan?
Introducing the CCC Computer Chat Playset, your gateway to the community conversation. Connect the playset to Wi-Fi and video chat with members like Lene Stacks, Black Anonymous, God's Little Princess, and more. Just tap the screen and send a message. The LenonHonor doll can hang out right beside you as the chat's live.
Meet Grifty Tiffany, the newest drop from the King Kong Consciousness line.
Look
2
like
hairstyles,
such a
knee-high
nerd.
combat boots, and a shirt that loves Umar almost as much as she loves speaking her mind.
Let me tell you something, sister. These haters been working overtime on my downfall, and I'm still here, sharper than a brand new edge up. They whisper they little conspiracies, but I see the strings, I see the puppet masters, and I pull receipts.
Grifty Tiffany, part of the King Kong Consciousness line. Other dolls and playsets sold.
Meet the RBG Scrub Daddy, designed for the coils, kinks, and confidence of textured kings.
It feels like a scalp massage with every wash.
Gentle on roots, tough on build-up, and proudly LGBTQ plus owned.
Meet the RBG Scrub Daddy.
All right. That's enough of that one. Okay, I was about to take that one out. Okay, let's get to the main video. So this is from 2 days ago. Umar is back up there at these abandoned buildings after many, many weeks.
Your big brother, Dr. Umar. Peace and Pan Africanism. This is your big brother, Dr.
Yeah, real quick, notice that Umar, he's careful with the camera. Very careful. He's careful not to show much. Okay, he's in the hallway right now.
Dr. Umar Tunde, the Prince of Pan Africanism, Black America's #1 certified school psychologist. I'm hanging out at the Frederick.
He just shows hallway.
Douglas, right? Marcus Garvey.
Yeah, and I think that these are the 3 rooms that he has gotten closer to completion. I think these are those 3 rooms.
I mean, we're getting the school ready for the boys, but I want to expose a new Black woman-owned business. She does all my smoothies.
Yeah, anytime Umar, when he starts looking like this, he's in a bad place. I'm talking about his hair, but in general, he looks smoked out and he's in a bad place. So he needs money. That's why he's doing this.
I see I'm drinking a smoothie right now. It's all natural.
Yeah, what's interesting is that he's having smoothies delivered to him. Look at him. It's just the kicking spot. He gets up there, he hangs out, he has food delivered, in this case, smoothies delivered.
She don't use any artificial ingredients. When y'all be getting them smoothies from them non-African trucks, they be putting artificial fillers in those smoothies. You don't be getting all fruit. Half of that smoothie y'all be getting on the street be artificial ingredients that are dangerous to your health. So I'm going to introduce y'all to the queen right now. This is Sister Mina. Tell them about your business, queen, and all your products and everything you do.
All right, real quick. Actually, I think, and we would have to go back and cross-reference. I think those 3 classrooms are the ones that he showed, because that's right there close to the front door. So I'm going to take back what I said before, but I would have to go back and look at the other video to make sure. But what's behind him, he's very careful not to show too much of it. But like I said, I think what Umar is attempting to do right now is to get these other rooms up to par, to where it looks as if renovations are completed before he actually goes through and does a full walkthrough. Okay, so that's why he's up there, because he's painted himself in a corner by lying and saying that renovations were completed. Although we know, and it's already been proven, that renovations are complete, because if they were completed, he wouldn't be asking for the people to help repair the floor inside of the small gym. Right? All right, here we go.
And everything you do.
Hey guys, so basically we make all natural smoothies. It's agave is the sweetener in it only. Fresh fruits, vegetables. We also do holistic healing teas to aid in high blood pressure, cholesterol. We do help with fertility things and such. So you can reach out.
Yeah, look, notice she has on rings. See that?
To me on my Instagram.
On ring finger.
_ Blessed Beginnings.
Okay, so that's underscore.
Yeah, this one 2 days ago.
Blessed Beginnings with a S, right? Underscore Blessed Beginnings with the S. Now, these are the smoothies you made for me today. Tell them what's in that one and how you make them, and how your smoothie is different from the stuff they buy on the street, which got a lot of filler in it. Kind of tell them about how when they get smoothies, they really not getting an all-natural smoothie.
Yeah, these are no fillers at all. This one particularly is pineapple, mango, banana, peach, all fruits, vegetables, seeded.
Well, I would tear that up. That's right up my alley right there.
Fruits and vegetables. This one is pineapple, strawberry, peaches, mango, and banana. And the sweetener is agave, just a hint of it though, because you don't need much. Seeded fruits already give you what you need.
Powerful. Now, I remember one time we was talking before, you said something, you make the soups. You do tell them about the catering you do. If they got a certain medical condition, you kind of.
Yeah, good for her. She's doing soups as well.
Could do the diet to them. Tell them about that a little bit.
Yeah, so all the healing teas are crafted to your immediate need. We don't do anything one size fit all. Everything is tailored to your health needs. Now, if you want to reach out to me about that, then I can also speak to you in regards to the healing teas, because everybody's body is different, so not everything is tailored. Everything is tailored to the person. Not everything is just generic.
That's good. She does teas too. I'm a tea guy.
For everybody. So you can contact me about that as well.
And then they're asking for location. So let them know if you deliver, if they need to come to Wilmington, Delaware and pick it up. You meet them halfway to Philly or Maryland, or tell them how y'all can make the connection work.
So the things can be shipped out. You could also come to Wilmington, Delaware to meet up as well. I would like for you to reach out to me personally so we can have a conversation regarding your needs. And when you reach out to me on Instagram, I can give you the number to call as well.
And
hopefully she has a website too. That would be important. And then hopefully, if she doesn't already, maybe one day she can have her own restaurant. That would be awesome.
Brother said, "Are you single?"
Okay, let me say something, y'all. There's no proof that anyone said that. Okay, is it possible that someone on Umar's Instagram page said that? Yeah, it is. But even if someone's, yeah, I know, yep. But even if someone said that inside of his chat room on Instagram, why repeat that? Well, I'm going to tell you why. He's repeating it because he's trying to get intel. He's trying to get information on her. Because he wants to find out whether or not he can get in them draws. That's what it comes down to. Hit the one. Yeah, lady. Yeah, she better run. What you talking? What I don't know what y'all talking about in here. Yeah, basically, is this Hassa? Hey, is this Hassa? I ain't seen you in a long. That is Hassa. I ain't seen you in so long. That warms my heart. Yay. Hassa is here. I ain't seen you in such a long time. I hope you're doing all right. I'll be worrying about the younger people. If I ain't seen them in a long time, I hope they okay. All right. But this is basically you come down. Basically, if you want to just fundamentally, he's a freak. So this is his way of trying to get that information. I should have a shirt and hat to say hit the one. I already thought about that. Yeah, these are probing questions. So again, it's possible that no one even asked that question, because I've seen him do that before, where he asks because he wants to put it off on somebody else. But it's possible that he wants to ask that question, but it's also possible someone asks it. But either way, why would you ask it? If someone else is asking, why would you ask it? Unless you want to know that too. Now watch what happens here. Everyone say hi to Hassa too. Yeah, he is Southern Nappy. He's a predatory bum. Watch what he does right here. Yeah, and see, if he was about business, he would promote the business and then keep it moving. But no, he promotes the business, but then he has to try to get at her too. That's predatory. Now watch this right here. Watch this.
To call as well.
And the brother said, "Are you single?" She said, "It's."
See, she's uncomfortable. That's an uncomfortable laugh. And then Umar, she says it's complicated. She didn't say that. See, Umar is hedging his bets. He's saying it's complicated because maybe she's in a relationship, but she's open to other possibilities, which mean his stank ass. I'm sorry. That's what he's doing here.
Complicated. She said it's complicated.
Okay, then she says it. She agrees with him. Then he puts the camera on himself.
So brothers and sisters, that's a new black business for y'all. FDMG, we doing what we got to do. Hit your PayPal, paypal.me/FDMG Academy. They said you got beautiful skin. They said they want a smoothie. I'm telling you, the best smoothies in the world right here.
See, that's just Umar running game. See that? Now look at him. Watch what he does next. Watch this.
Thank you.
And you said, is she single? Of course not. She belonged to me. Peace and
There you have it. He can't keep it business. See, he got to get to the freak level. Now, I'm not saying Diddy level. That's I'm not going that far. Although, allegedly, as it were, but he has to turn it into some type of little freak off type of a situation. See, Umar, he's so goofy. Now they're asking Queen, they're asking where the baby oil. He said, no, stop. Ain't nobody asking about no, but Umar. Yeah, they said that your skin is soft and smooth. They said that your hips, but they also asking about the baby oil. No, they're not. They're not asking about the baby oil. But then he can't keep it business. What does he do? She belongs to him. What you guys, come on now. All right. All right. Look at him. Look at this guy. And she was like, no. Yeah, this is y'all's principle, not mine. Yeah, it is. It is. And he's doing this inside of this fake funky school, right? Just call me the smoothie. That's pretty good, Dr. Umar today. Just call me the smoothie operator. hit the cash app. Okay. She belonged to me. Thanks, Dr. Umar Johnson today. She belongs to me. He's so stupid. But I heard it. We almost done. One time I heard Umar say, "No, I'm never alone. You know, the women, all the single women, it's something about they belong to him." I said, "Man, I gotta find that video." I said, "This guy, he crazy. He's so crazy." James says, "No one in the live asked those questions about them woman Umar drive flirting." Yeah, he has a history of that though too. I mean, here's the thing. If you want to go after that lady, don't do it on the live. And what I mean is that if you want to try to get at her, you ain't got to do it on the live and do it in a little sneaky way. Why you Umar got to do everything he do is sneaky? You know, they said they asking if you're single. Listen, Umar, that's what you want to know. Okay. She said it's complicated. She belonged to me. See that? He just trying to set it up to try to see if he can get that booty. That's all it is. Thanks, James. TJ says, powerful queen. He didn't say that, but I wouldn't be surprised if he did. Okay. Hassa became a member again. Good to see. I'm so happy that made my night. I ain't seen you in so. I'll be worrying. I really do. I hope you're doing okay. Okay, let's finish this up. So that's the video from well, there's just a couple more seconds here. Here we go.
They said they want a smoothie. I'm telling you, the best smoothies in the world right here.
Thank you.
And you said, is she single? Of course not. She belonged to me. Peace and
She said he lying. She got a man already.
I'm just kidding. Whoever the king is, I'm just kidding, King. It's
No, that's just Umar. He's shooting his shot. That's all that is.
all good. I am my brother's keeper.
Yeah, you keep playing and somebody gonna show up. All right, keep playing, Umar.
One love.
Yeah. All right, so he can't keep it business. And then here's the final video, everyone. Thank you guys again for tuning on. Thank you for your patience as well. I appreciate it. Thank you everyone who sent in super stickers or super chats. I hope I get it. Goddamn, I got gang of them. So if I miss anyone, I apologize. I'll run back through them again before when I play the outro song. And then let me just check real quick on, we got up to 720. Our goal was 500. We had 724 likes. Okay. Thank you guys so much. And if you enjoyed the show at any given point, make sure you hit that like button. Okay. It helps to get this out into the algorithm. And then, ladies and gentlemen, there's another video that Umar did yesterday. And this is it right here. Notice what he does with the camera. Okay. Watch this. I'm going to mute the music in the background. It's very short. FDMG Academy, hashtag Dr. Umar School for Boys. And then for the first time in 7 years, classroom desks are headed into our school. Okay, that's not a flex. That is not excellence, Black excellence. That's not something that's significant. You took these out and then you put them up over there on the other side of the street, and then you brought them back in. Okay, 7 years later. You see this ridiculousness? Here we go. Them floors don't look too good either, by the way. He got that classroom door closed. He got that one closed because he don't want people seeing if renovations are complete. See, this is all about the illusion of progress. And there were people, they were eating this up. It's like, what the haters gonna say now? Come on. Okay. Notice he doesn't show it. He doesn't go in there and show. He's just showing, and he's very careful with what he's showing in this camera. Okay. Let's count how many deaths too, by the way. Here we go. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I'm about to count the extra. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So around 20 deaths. I think it might be 19. But he posts this because he wants people to get excited that, you know, he's right. It's almost, we're right there, but he's been saying this for over half a decade. But notice how he's very careful with what he's showing, because he's boxed himself into a corner. He knows that renovations aren't complete. So he's struggling now to give the illusion of progress because he needs money. But then in the meantime, what he's going to be doing is trying to get these other rooms and other areas in this trap bando looking better, so that at a certain point he'll do a walkthrough. Right. But again, he said the renovations were completed in 2023. And then again, he said they were completed in January of 2026. Clearly, it's not complete, because otherwise he would have given a full tour by now. But as these weeks and months go by, he's going to be scamming and trying his best to get things up to look at least as if renovations are completed. He's something else. All right, so that's what he posted yesterday, and we'll see what happens moving forward. What I anticipate is that Umar, because whenever he needs money, he has to do this. That's another reason why Sharon was up there too, because she needs money. He's going to have to be up there giving illusion of progress more and more if he's going to expect people to send him more money. They're going to send him money anyway, but when he does things like this, his support base, they get excited, and they're more inclined to send him donations. And he lives off the donations, so he has to keep up with this foolishness. And definitely, and I have a sense that he's going to be up there more and more, even though it's been many, many weeks since he's last up there live streaming inside. In fact, the last time I remember him being up in there, he walked through 3 rooms. That was it. Yeah, I can't remember exactly. I couldn't find the video, but I have it. All right. Thank you guys again for tuning on in. Everyone inside of the Cookie Crush chat. I hope you enjoyed the show. I know I said we were going to do a short show, but hey, it is what it is. Cookie Crush has undefeated. I don't plan on live streaming tomorrow unless Umar goes live. Wednesday, probably. Okay, but my main goal for the rest of this week is to make some headway on this documentary. I was supposed to premiere the next segment 2 weeks ago, and I just been so busy with all this other stuff. And I'm gonna tomorrow for sure. Most of my time will be most of my free time to go towards working on the documentary. I want to have that for members as soon as possible. All right. Thank you guys again for tuning on in. If you haven't hit that like button, make sure you hit that like button before you head on out of the building. And as we always do, I want to apologize for being late. I had to meet with the HVAC specialist, Jose, to see if we can't get this HVAC going on, because it's getting hot out here, and I just can't. You know, sometimes life can be very hard, and you may have an idea or a dream of opening up a school. But maybe you collected 100,000, 200, 400,000, 500, $1 million, $2 million, $2.5 million, up to $3 million, and for free. You done collected the money, but you can't make the school happen. Yeah, this is from 2022, and here we are. But when I turn and look around off my back, what I say, that but a ugly ass trap. Excuse me, I'm sorry. That did not mean, because I was trying to stay in character. All right. I'm dealing with that. I've been getting over this COVID. I apologize. I ain't going to be teaching and preaching too much today because it's hot out here. We was going to have a choir come sing a little ditty for y'all, but they didn't want to do it because all the mold on the wall. I forgot about that. See, we were talking about the mold back in 2019, but in this skit, I was talking about it in 2022. Wow.
Little kids, they want to come and look inside. I say, you know, they got the windows are still boarded up. Hey man, it's been over almost 4 years. The windows still boarded up on these trap bandos. I said, kids, you can't. I look down over. What is over there? We got weaponry all up. What's this over?
Huh? Twistlers. Yeah.
Look. Whoa. Oh, Jesus. Amen. See, now's the time for Umar Johnson to come clean. See, the Lord been waiting on you. Say, listen, I done forgive. We won't forgive you. We forgive you, Umar. The Cookie Crush chat forgive you. All them boys that was 10 years old, now they about 70. Mm-hmm. Excuse me, that COVID. They forgive you too. All them single mamas you done ran through and took their money and took their cookie. Talk about you gonna open up a school for black boy. It's been 13 years. They'll forgive you too.
Amen.
See, that's one thing we say about our people. We are very forgiving people, very generous people. We love to give. We'll give and give and give and give some more and some more.
That's true.
More. Mm-hmm. But we also know how to forgive. We do have a musical selection for you all at this time. Amazing.
Oh, it's Brother Jose.
Sing grace. How sweet, the sound that saved a wretch. FDMG.
Amen.
I once was lost, but now
yeah, make a joyful noise.
Random donations to me. Amen. Amen.
All right, thank you guys again for tuning on in. I have so many skits that I've written, like production and stuff. Hopefully one day I'll be blessed to produce them for you guys. Good quartets undefeated.
FDMG is coming. FDMG is coming. FDMG is coming. It's coming.
That's true.
FDMG is coming. FDMG is coming. FDMG, it's coming. It's coming.
Yeah.
It's coming.
Oh man, I had such a wonderful time with
it's
you guys.
Coming.
Yeah, lots of fun. You guys are the best. Buenas noches. Yeah. Yes. Oh, this is the one that messes up.
It's coming.
All right, we got to leave it right there. Thank you guys so much for tuning on in. Food Chill, Blondie Blue, Key Locker. Hey, how's it going, Key Locker? Deshaun, thank you so much. Francisca, May, Phi, Taylor, TJ. How's it going, Bridget? Hope you're doing all right for the sake of logic and a lady. All right, thank you so much. Yeah, FTMG. Okay, enjoy the rest of the evening. Again, thank you guys so much for tuning on in. If you enjoyed the show, make sure you hit that like button. And also thanks to everyone for their support. If you sent in super chats or super stickers or cash apps, thank you guys so much for your support. I do not take it for granted. Lord, take it. Okay, stay humble and always have the spirit of appreciation. Okay, and I appreciate you guys, each and every one of y'all. All right, I will see you guys very, very soon. I don't plan on live streaming tomorrow unless Umar goes live, and I'll be working on the next segment of the documentary. Thanks to all of the mods for handling business. Also, thanks to everyone in the Cookie Crush chat for hanging out. I appreciate y'all. All right, love y'all. Take care. Peace.